Hello, hello, hello. This is Coach Luke, and today we have guest commentator, Coach Andrew. How you doing, Andrew?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Luke. I'm looking forward to today's match. It should be, well, this is the final. This is the big one. This is the big tamale. So, looking at Coach Stephen with his fast fooders.
Yes,
Coach
the
Chris
Skaven,
with
he
his
plays them amazing.
Orc-land Warriors. I have to say, this is, I played the rookie league, obviously, and did quite well at that, but now we're on to the next level, so we're in the first division, essentially.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the boys.
Okay, first roll of the day.
So just want to quickly run through, just quickly on the rosters, what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris came in pretty much, well, I won't say undefeated, but he was top of the league at the end, wasn't he?
Chris had a great season. Looking back at the ladder, he did have quite a few draws, but a lot of those were COVID based.
Oh, okay, right.
Based on our league rules.
Yep. And just looking at it, the list that he's got through here, the skills that he's developed, like he's pretty much nailed it with his all big uns are guard, block. His blitzers carrying a lot of block and mighty blow, with a bit of tackle there on one of them,
which is always
a couple
handy.
of tackles. And so mighty blow tackle on a couple of them too.
Yeah.
And just looking at the progression through it, I'd say his main strike weapon has been his Orc blitzers.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
But not causing ridiculous amounts of casualties with them.
Which for a
An
I
Orc
guess you
team.
call it a bash or team. You'd expect a little bit more. But touchdowns win games.
Yep.
But casualties certainly help.
Yeah. Well, this one they've also been able to spend on their inducements, and it looks like Chris has bought Fungus the Loon.
Yes, he has.
And a couple of mercs. Now, explain quickly the mercenaries for us, would you? So, with the mercenary setup that he was looking at, what was the justification behind mercenaries rather than, say, bomber, dribble snipe or something like that?
The ability to give him tackle skill, which against Skaven is completely the right way to go in my opinion.
Okay. So that means he's got a roster of 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3, so it's 15 on his roster.
Yep.
With the inducements. And we'll go over to the...
Now, I did speak to Coach Stephen about his list, and he got the normal block on the gutter runners straight away, and then went random on everything else.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking at it, and he has not spent. He has literally kept his team low. I mean, he's got like 20 points remaining on one of his gutter runners, 11 points remaining on another. His Skaven thrower has 8 points remaining on that as well. And so once he's actually got the required skills that he wants, that's it. He's just stopped it there.
That's exactly what he's done. It might actually help with the trophies for the end of the season, because we do have a category for most random skills. So I think you might have a chance at that. We'll find out in a couple of weeks.
I was going to say, if it's the most random skills,
Andrew's got it.
That's going to be me, because every single skill was random skill. But that being said, though, he's also taken Krieg and a reroll. Now, after using Krieg in my final, I have to say he's not the most dominant. He's actually quite scary, because you're rolling dice.
Absolutely.
And if you get a bad roll, that's it. Your thing's ended.
Oh, absolutely. But, I find that whenever I use ball and chain, they tend to go around in circles, miss everything that's important, and hit the ones that you don't really want to.
That's what David was saying too. He said all they seem to do is go round and round and round and round. But looking at the setup for his teams, it looks like he's picked up Fumble Ruski, and it's obviously all 4 of his gutter runners are blodgers.
Yep.
And he's picked up a jump up as well, a sidestep, and and it looks like for his blitzers he's doing the mighty blows. So block and mighty blow.
I think it's a smart way to go. Use them as a offensive piece. Try and remove some models, and do all the touchdown stuff with the gutter runners. Yeah.
And ironically, in the casualty stakes, he's pretty much on par with Chris. Looking at the numbers, the Rat Ogre has done a little bit of work. Only a couple of casualties in that. But Chris has picked up 6, 11, 12, 20. Yeah. Chris is probably high on the casualties, but like for a Skaven team, that's pretty amazing. But the touchdowns.
That's exactly what you want to see, especially out of a league-leading team. Okay, so coming into the game, Chris because of the difference of Treasury and CTV and all the rest of it, he managed to get a couple of prayers to Nuffle.
And what were they?
What were they? That's a good question. 8 on prayers. Pro skill on a loner.
Okay.
Would you really use it? Oh, actually, on a non-liner piece.
On a non-liner piece, yeah.
Pro's great. From a Skaven point of view, Pro on the Rat Ogre is very normal.
Yep. But I'm guessing Chris is, this is for Chris, so I would probably recommend, well, not recommend, but I'd be looking at something like a Blitzer. Because, let's face it, if you roll that doubles, if you roll something that's like a push and a stumble and against a dodge piece, re-roll the push.
Absolutely. Get rid of those key pieces. Hey.
I will say I've been surprised with College that they haven't done more on the foul scales.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree.
Because up against Skaven, everyone should have been fouling the hell out of them.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, you do it when you have to. You just don't want to make a habit of it. Oh, okay. So they decided for the kick. Okay, I believe Chris is going to receive the ball.
Oh, okay. He's going to
control play.
Yep. And look to beat as many things down as possible.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a valid strategy. Remove as many players as possible. It's hard to score touchdowns when you've got no players left on the pitch.
And the only drama that he's got with that is that looking at the list for Stephen, all he's bought, he's got 15 players as well.
Yep.
So he'll have to take out quite a lot of players. I think really just focus on the gutter runners. You really need to.
Absolutely. Shut them down early, get 1 or 2 off. It's going to tip the tide. Chris's play style, as I've seen him and played against him many times, is very, very, very good caging abilities. As soon as he gets that ball, he won't mess around. He'll have 3 or 4 players forming that traditional cage around him and slowly lumber up the field. But I think at the end of the day, you need to be able to pick the ball up, and I think we all struggle with that a bit, don't we, Andrew?
Yes, I believe picking the ball up is probably even on a 3+. It may as well be a 6+.
This is Blood Bowl.
It's his Blood Bowl. That's how it works.
Nicely painted teams. I tell you what, the naming system for the fast fooders.
Oh yes.
Shake and bake. That sticks in my mind from previous games.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I was going through them before, it was snag, chips. I'm not quite sure what Fairy 2 is. Loaf, pulled pork, slider, shake, bake 2. I'm wondering, has he lost those previously and rebought them again?
I believe that's what's happening.
Right, okay. So killing the gutter run. Oh, the blitzers that he lost and alignment that he's lost. So,
out of a 11-game season, that's not bad.
That's tiny.
Couple plays to a perma death.
I actually noticed there no niggles.
See, I managed to pick up quite a few of those by the end of my season. He must be doing something different to me.
I had 8.
8
niggles. Basically, if you got hit again, they were done. They're out again.
Yeah.
It's Salt, Pepper, Bobber, and Frosty. So I think he's actually just literally bought just to fulfill his team to try and not have gutter runners being left on their own.
If I'm correct, from looking at the list at the start of the season, only 2 gutter runners out of the gate.
Okay. And then basically bought and built from there.
Yeah.
It sort of shows with the touchdowns too, like 8 and 10 on 2 of them.
Bloated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big... I'm not getting all 4 and then turning into blodges. That's the Skaven way, I guess.
It is.
So,
okay,
let's have a look.
Skaven setup. So he's got Creek on the line, 2 linemen. Radogers take asymmetric setup there. And Chris is counting the setup. Both have the ball and chain. But there's a guard piece in Chris's list, so that will
benefit him on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, all you out there in YouTube land, we are filming in sunny Sunshine Coast, which is not so sunny, and it is raining and pouring. So if there's a little bit of background noise, just forget about that. It's raining where we're filming right now.
So would your first thing be removing Krieg? Because all you got to do is knock him down, and obviously putting your other your ball and chain against him.
Yep.
Even with support.
Look, a knockout's going to knock him off the pitch.
The pitch completely, yeah.
So that's probably the go-to play, I would say.
Notice you put the Rat Ogre back so it doesn't get caught up in the ball and chain shenanigans.
Oh, absolutely. And probably playing a little bit more risky without having to play beside him for animal savagery. But, you know, as wild animal rolls, they fail all the time for me. I just can't make it work, hey.
I notice he's only left 2 gutter runners on the pitch too, so
yep.
He's definitely playing the safety issue there.
Oh no, he's got
1, 2, and then 2 in the box.
Ultimate models. So
okay,
that is a gutter runner.
Is it?
I believe. Yeah, he's taking one off the pitch.
He's taking one off the pitch. Rightio.
Making sure no one's cheating. That's good.
I will say that the every time I've looked at Orcs teams, including when I played you in just a friendly, it was always the tag and bash seems to work really well, and particularly when in my league Ken was so dominant, so dominant by the way he built his team and the way he played it, just playing the percentages, taking things down, tagging everything he can, making you roll dice every time you have to move.
Absolutely, you can't make every dice roll, so the more that you throw at them, the more chance they have of failing.
It looks like he's set to go 2 on the backfield. A sweeper just in case of the blitz.
I believe looking at the list, both teams have a kick piece.
Okay.
So that changes a fair bit.
Oh, it does.
Less chance of a cut track. Now, like I was saying at the start of the game, both coaches was meant to play earlier in the season, but we're in the middle of COVID times, and we had a COVID bye. So these 2 coaches never actually got to face each other this season.
Oh, so this will be our first timing.
It is. High kick.
Yeah, high kick. Good call. Chris goes immediately to move in and catch that ball.
And it's successful.
Wow, well done. I've never made a catch roll.
Okay, just clarifying the rules so that they can not cheat. Now, I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. A good coach scores turn 8 and turn 16. Let's see if Chris can follow that game plan.
Or in some cases, that would be turn 8 and turn 24.
Yeah, your final was amazing.
A very long one.
3.5 hours. Oh, look, it was great. Haven't seen anything like that.
And
First block for 3? I don't know.
he's going for the gutter runner, so it's just a stumble.
Yeah. Used the mercenary already. Yep.
Oh, okay, rightio.
He's going for the gutter runners early.
It's a good move if you leave your gutter runner by himself. He was going to be pushed at.
Creek doing circles. Sorry, not Krieg. Fungus.
It's Fungus. He has 3. Alright, hits Krieg. Here we go. What's going to happen? 2 dice.
Both down. First both down.
Oh, he's taking the push.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I think you do have to follow up, don't you, with the ball and chain all the time?
You have
Yeah.
no choice.
But he could have stopped there if he needs to.
Oh, absolutely. There we go.
Sideways, yeah. We're all getting excitable there. Come on, hit him again! Hit him again!
By the sounds of things, both coaches are kind of new to the star player Creek and Fungus Saloon. But, you know, you just play games and you learn as you go.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way too. Like a guy on the ground, I thought I'd just hit him and moved him on, but no, you've got to roll the tax for him.
Absolutely. So he hasn't moved the ball carrier yet. Not really looking to move the ball straight away. He's going for a couple of hits. It's all, I find personally, those first couple of dice rolls of the game can give you a taste of things to come.
He's going to go back there. He's doing the circle jerk.
Yeah, yeah.
So Chris's troll, just have a quick look at that, it has guard.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
he's right to
Primary strength on the troll. Okay.
using the block
First
piece.
knockdown of the game. Armor break. Let's see what we can get.
Nope.
It's not going to do it.
No, I don't think it's going to make that one. I have to say that the number of times that you roll less than your opponent's armor. Yeah.
Oh, it's going again. 2 dice on another plan route. Yeah, that'll do it. Go.
Up and tag.
Getting closer each time, Chris. Well done. What are your thoughts on the loom band skill color system that the guys are using today?
The which one? Sorry, the
loom band.
oh, the loom band.
skill
Yes,
rings.
I was actually trying to figure out what they were just from here. Oh, it's a loom band. Good. I actually quite like the way Josh did his skills. Mind you, he's an Oriental thing, so he had like little back panners with the skills written on it, which I think is pretty good. I have seen a few of those block piece ones where you slide the name over the top.
Yep.
I even just like the simple paint. Red for damaging,
Yeah,
blue for block.
I believe the rulebook doesn't necessarily state that you need to distinguish each skill on a player, but I think it's good etiquette.
I think it'd be silly not to, because that it makes a huge difference. And there's nothing worse than going in to do something and then go, aha, I've got you. It's like, well, this game's going to be a bit harder than I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I think generally it's a nice way to be.
He's got to have to watch out for that blitz from the Rat Ogre.
Yeah, he's going to push through that strength for Black Orc
Yeah.
easily, as long as he gets that activation roll off. Is he going to be able to get close enough to the cage? Like you're saying before, tag them, maybe.
The gutter runner moving around the side is going to open up. I've seen Stephen use that in previous games.
Yep.
Where he flanks, runs in, and then will run in happily in the middle of a cage.
Yeah, bit of cage diving from a gutter runner is not uncommon. So that Red Ogre, is he going straight ahead, or is he going to try and punch a hole in the side of the pitch?
Well, if it was me, I'm not very good at this game yet, but I would probably smash it open and then rush a gutter runner through there.
Yep.
A gutter runner around the right hand side to put pressure on the cage.
Yep, absolutely.
And then move the thrower up to be like a sweeper.
Yeah. Yep, play that safety role.
Because you really don't want that thrower going down either, because he's actually looking at the thing. It's quite important to the game. Stephen's made 8 passes with him in the season so far. That's just under
8
a
out
pass.
of 11 games.
Yeah.
You know what? That's good. I reckon. Yeah, no, you definitely get that higher with the skills and stat line of the Skaven throw. One of the better ones in the game for their cost. Yeah, at least once a game would be fair, I would say. Alright, so he's moving the line rat to give the animal savagery roll with Rat Ogre.
Let me beat upon you.
Oh, absolutely. A couple of questions come up last season as I was playing Skaven. It's amazing with my Radoga to remove so many of my own players. And we're talking about getting a special trophy for causing them for yourself.
So it looks like... So the piece at the very top in the centre section there, that's one of Stevens, is it?
I think that's a mercenary orc.
A mercenary orc, okay.
So having the two tackle mercenaries on each side of the pitch, just forcing that team reroll, and you got to run as if they do happen to fail. But, you know, Gaben, does he need to rush in straight away, or does he wait for him to come to you? Right? It's a timing thing.
I would be trying to get in as quick as possible to try and get the ball moving, because the longer you prevaricate with an orc team, the more hitting you're going to cop from the orc team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I'd rather be doing the hitting than getting hit.
Yep.
And with the blodges that he's got, essentially once you start looking at the percentages, you realistically are going to not fall. So
yep.
Even on uphill dice, you're still going to do very, very well.
Yeah. And in a game like this, Grand Final, you've got to take those chances. End of the season, as far as I understand, both coaches won't be redrafting, but, you know, it does change the way you play your last game. If you want to wrap your gutter runners up in Cotton Wool, take those chances.
So, in regards to redrafting, hold on, let's see where it's going.
Yeah, he's going straight up the guts.
He's going to go for that one.
It's going to be he gets the activation.
Okay.
Ooh, 5-on-5, single dice block.
Ooh.
Push with frenzy.
All both down. 4+3 roll. Is he going to do it?
Loner. Here we go.
This is where it becomes fun.
Gets the loner roll.
Nailed it.
He does the re-roll. He pays off.
Does an orc have dodge? There's a question for you. In and through.
Oh, first break of the game.
It's just a stun.
See, that's the first dice that Stevens rolled. He's had a re-roll, and then he's broke through Orc Armor, which we all know Orc Armor's pretty tough.
Yeah, I was going to say success on success so far.
Now, the smart thing that Stevens doing here, pardon me, is he's fast enough to switch flanks really quickly. So if he clogs up this side, Chris isn't going to have the luxury of being movement 9, he'll only be movement 6. He won't be able to switch it up and do it efficiently.
That's pretty much what Josh was doing in my game. He literally would go from the centre to the right, I'd defend to the right, he'd run to the left, I'd try to move to the left, and I'll be out of position to run back on the right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Any speed teams will work on this. This is where Chris really needs to get that cage built and start hitting.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I've noticed this in previous games with Steven, is he uses those gutter runners as a defensive piece, not for blocking, but able to give the assist a lot.
Well, that's a good call, yeah. Krieg's going for a spin now.
Ah, I see. Thoughts on star players, Andrew?
I think some teams desperately need them, and I think if you are behind the 8 ball far enough that you can afford one, I would take one every time.
I think it's a great balancing mechanic. Possibly there could be some small point changes, because there is some of those dream loadouts on people like Griff and Hackflam, where it's almost to the point of they can do everything that they need to do and they do it well.
That's true. Yeah, I have to say that too, but then again, that's where I personally believe failing is really, really important in the game. Once, if you can get them and you can put them down, just kill them.
Yep.
Give away a touchdown if you do it.
Yeah,
if you can
absolutely.
take them out of the game, suddenly you're all over it.
Yep, that's a great way to look at it.
So Krieg just did a quick spin around and did absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Great move on Krieg's part. No.
That was a quick turn. That's,
Yeah, he's actually just up. He's more tagging than anything else. He's knocked over a couple of guys,
he's brought
tagged a couple with line rats.
The throwers come in on the mercenary with 2 gutter runners, just so you can get 2 dice. Personally, I would not be trying to remove orcs. That's pretty difficult to do with a agi team. But you know, if you can knock them down, that's one less thing that they can do when they stand up.
Yeah, well, in the defensive mode, you've basically tied 3 players up on that far side, but they're so fast.
Oh yeah.
Once he goes down, the 2 gutter runners can sprint off. And literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a 2+ dodge, 7, 8, 9, and be tagging your ball carrier. Or if the ball carrier hasn't protected himself, could even blitz it.
Yep.
Whilst on the other side, you've also got the flanks, so the pincer movement there with the gutter runners.
Mm-hmm.
I think the main thing Chris should get up to do is keep driving up the centre and just force him to come around to him.
There's no rush to get up the pitch.
No.
It is a grand final, so games are won from touchdowns, but you don't need to score every turn.
Unless you're Skaven.
Skaven, as soon as you got that opportunity, go for
score
it.
every turn.
Even just a failed pickup can be a touchdown to a Skaven coach.
Yeah, yes, I have had that happen to me once.
Yeah.
And that was with Wood Elves.
Chris is switching it up.
Okay.
He's going to go to the right by the looks of it, on the top part of the screen.
Oh,
yeah, 6 isn't going to do it.
I will say that some of the new star players that have come out recently, especially the Amazon star player that has come out, I don't know how I feel about it. It is, for me, a ridiculous 150k for a model that is slightly better than an Amazon lineman, but once game can hex a player to not do anything.
No, in the right spot it could be powerful, but
It's
I think for the cost.
150k, that's nothing.
That's a very cheap star player.
That's a cheap star player, and that hex, let's face it, if you are even attempting to look at stalling, or if you are at that turn 7 needing to get that turn 8 touchdown as we were talking about, hex, that's it, you're done. It's a 2+, it's not a 3 or 4+.
So that reminds me of like the Wizards inducements. In the right place, they can really change a game. The fireball, as much as you have a dice roll for it, it still can get you out of a sticky situation.
True. Here we go. Quick coconut.
Not happy. Not happy with the knockdown.
And nope.
Yep, 3's not going to do it.
I'm thinking Chris might need to change his dice out.
The banter between these two coaches is great.
I've played Chris in other games before, and in Warhammer Fantasy and games like that. He's always been a very good player, easy to play, easy to work with, and the games are generally fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I've had quite a few games of. I've only really played Blood Bowl versus Chris, but his attitude and sportsmanship is second to none.
Especially when there's nothing on the line, particularly. He's great fun to play with then, because then he just goes from tactical Chris to let's run it. All right, here goes Fungus. Probably a very good call to move the ball into some sort of protection. At the moment,
rats everywhere.
Rats, yeah.
Well, that's your fault. You're meant to be getting rid of them. Getting away from the Rat Ogre is probably a good idea, because that's the strength advantage that Skaven coach Steven has.
Oh, he's going on the far.
Chris caging up pretty quick. I do think that Troll and 2 gutter runners is the problem on that side. He's going to knock that play down pretty quick, and that's going to leave 2 free players to mess with that cage, like you were saying.
That being said, though, at least it'll keep him away from that rat ogre. Here we go.
Here we go. Forget what that was. No, I think it's great that each coach is helping each other out.
Yeah.
It's
It's an important part of the game. A game is not just one side or the other. It is actually 2 people working together.
Oh yeah, totally agree.
Yes, and there goes Krieg. Krieg's the big hit.
Down.
He's straight off. Actually, you got to roll it. And he is only knocked out.
Now, the thing is, with Creek being on the table at the start of the drive,
He is going to be sent off.
yes, he will. He gets
Just a thing on the ball and chain. I believe when they go down, you're not doing an armor roll. It's an automatic.
yeah. With that star player.
Yes.
Yeah. Fungus doing his thing.
He's looking good so far. Good defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get the 1 re-roll per turn. He rolled a 4 into a 4. Yep.
Well
we've
done.
all been there.
Every drive you get a reroll. Once a drive you can reroll 1. That's why he's a star player. And getting beat to death over there. What's the troll actually doing?
A little power of friendship from the troll. Let's see if we can put him in a better spot.
Nope.
No.
As soon as you go, it's only a 1. That's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lose the package on the faces sideways.
No need to waste a reroll on that so early in the piece.
This is where Stephen can zone the game, as in play a zone defense against Chris to sort of slow him up a little bit, whilst allowing his rat ogre to start trying to delete a couple of pieces. But I think deleting orcs is kind of a pointless exercise.
Yeah,
Armor 10, just
I think you're going to waste too much time trying to remove players when you should be forcing him into
them to
bad
move.
spots, bad positionings. But also, you know, something that I like to do with my gutter runners, being a scaven coach for a couple of seasons, is tagging the back corner of the cage. So when he goes to move forward, or if he gets a power or push, it just spreads the cage out, gives you that opportunity to come in from the sides and not have those huge dodges to get to the ball carrier.
I will say I've always thought that the cage, I do play a little against edge teams. I play a little bit of a looser cage, trying to taunt them into
More
the
of a
cage.
screen sort of thing.
Yeah, just to get them in. Like the tight cages are good, but there's just too many options to take them out.
Yep.
There's too many ways you can get in. A looser cage, yes, you can get in, but you'll be at -2, -3.
Yep, absolutely. But, you know, at the end of the day, the dice decide what's going to happen.
Sadly, yes.
Sadly. It's what brings us all back, I think.
Do you have dodge?
Yes, my orcs all have dodge. Do I have to tell you again, Stephen? I think the great thing about Sunny Coast Blood Bowl is, I would say, out of all the coaches we've had over 3 seasons, we don't really have, outside of probably 5 or 6, that are actually new to the game. So, for what we're working with on the coast here is, Chris and Stephen, both in that, well, Chris is in his 3rd season, Steve's in his 2nd, Andrew's just played his 1st, and I've played 3 myself. Outside of, you know, the bowl, you know, there's not that many veterans. Like, we definitely have some good veteran coaches, but just not dominating the numbers for our coaches.
was going to say, after playing North Brisbane and some of the guys from Toowoomba, where's Millsy from? Is he Ipswich?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those guys there have been working and playing together for quite a long time. And it
great.
shows when you play against them too, because they know exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great to watch a coach that really knows his stuff. This game is easy to learn, hard to master.
Oh, absolutely.
And any tips you can pick up through this, even by watching these kind of streams, is really important. Because a number of times you'll be sitting there going, I know it happened in my game with Stephen commentating. It's like, no, he can get there. He can blitz. He just needs to stand that guy up, leave him over, dodge away, and get in there. And I must admit, after the 3.5 hours worth of playing, it was just a one unfortunate dice roll that actually stalled or stymied the opportunity.
Did you hear the story from the college division semi-final with Coach Chris and Coach Johnny?
No. Well, yes, I sort of heard half of it. I didn't hear the whole one.
Okay, I mean, there's great sportsmanship by both coaches. Essentially what's happened is the guys played it out, did their 16 turns, and it was 1-1. They went through the last turn of extra time, still 1-1.
Yep.
Johnny, being awesome dude that he is, said, you know what, I don't want to lose the semi-final based on a dice roll.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you the win based on you being on the top of the league division all season.
Well, that's, yeah.
So, I mean, ultimately that's some great sportsmanship, and stuff like that's just going to keep people playing the game.
Well, I believe in the rookie division we were looking at Coach Johnny's Coach Junior looking to come in.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Corn brutality on Blackhawks.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
So we've got some young coaches coming up as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I must admit, I did I didn't watch it, but I was talking to Cage, who ran Snotlings, and honestly, to get into the top 4 with Snotlings,
impressive.
It was very, very impressive, and he really knows his stuff. He knows how to handle his drafts, how to get the inducements going for him, so everything's in his favour. The only thing I'd say that he doesn't do, and it's a choice on his part, again, where I'm talking about fouling.
Yeah.
With Snotlings, I would have thought fouling would be an everyday thing, but he
I've
doesn't
seen
foul
Cage play a few
unless you
games.
do.
And you know what's awesome about Cage? At the start of the game, he will say to his opponent, are you going to foul me? If the opponent says yes, he says, sure, well, I'm going to foul you too, but I'm better at it.
Yep.
And if you say no, he won't foul. He says that before every match. So, very, very, very good.
But yes, however, the domination that occurred against him by Stephen, was it 3-0 at the end of
Sonny's to call it.
Yeah, they had to call it, there was no way. 5 casualties off.
Look, when the dice aren't going your way, sometimes you can't turn it around. 3-0 at half time. That's very tough.
A movement 5 piece,
Yeah, exactly right. Mathematically, it's going to take 3 turns if you pick the ball up on line of scrimmage to get there. So, yeah, very tough to come back from. Okay, the Rat's putting the pressure on. Exactly what you said.
Well, he looks like he's trying to surf an Orc off one side.
Yeah,
whilst putting a bit of pressure on that back side.
Well, I think also, like, putting yourself in that position with the Rat over, you can push him out with a double frenzy push. Pretty straightforward, but guess where you end your turn?
That's why you'd have to call a blitz.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's also protecting with his gutter runner as well.
So he's put that play this time with Rat over again for the animal savagery. And he comes that assist from the gutter runner.
Yeah.
So already in 3 turns, Chris has put the ball up on the right hand side, facing towards Stephen's touchdown line. Gone to the left, now he's back to the right. Realistically, he's moved the ball, looks like 5 squares forward in 3 turns. But I do think he's got control of the game at this point.
But remove Krieg, which is a massive, massive work.
Yep, absolutely.
Now that Krieg's off, there's a very good chance that it opens up that entire side. And the only defenders that he's got are the 2 gutter runners and the thrower.
Does he have dodge?
That's a point. Does
Oh, it's
Just
uphill,
uphill,
gutter runner
yeah.
antics.
That's what I'm saying. Once you're a blodger, the only thing you're worried about is a skull, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It does happen. We all know that. Steve
Yeah,
seems
quick fast food referencing.
Okay. Now, those mercenaries are being taken out of play. I don't know if that's a conscious effort by Steve or just the dice working for him, but those tackle pieces, which should be sniping, assassinating, I should say, those gutter runners, just keep getting knocked on their butt.
I'll say now he's actually got 1, 2, 3 Skaven behind his line.
Yep.
Rat Ogre pinning at least 1, if not 2. Ooh. I'll say
Yeah,
he needs that troll working a lot more.
Now having that Black Orc on the side next to the Rat Ogre, is it better to let the Rat Ogre activate, throw some dice, and knock you out, eliminating the armor roll, or dodging out and taking the hit?
I would probably go the Black Orc on that side, depending on what it is. So it is a Black Orc. It's a strength 4 piece. 4s, and it would have had guard as well.
Yep.
So
getting to either of those dodges, they're not going to be able to apply Mighty Blow. It's probably a better way to die.
and there's
It's a big sigh from
there's
Coach
a
Chris.
big sad.
He did well.
And move the ball, throwing dice around.
So that was the troll actually failing again to activate, was it?
Yeah, the power of friendship not working.
Yes,
for
I was
him
going to
today.
say it's the one bad thing with trolls. It's just that bonehead stupidity.
Really stupid. Yep,
It's just
absolutely.
painful.
That's on the
8,
Coach
there we
Chris's
go, a break.
Great. 2 seasons with ogres changes the way you play, and Chris even went into 2 seasons with ogres without rerolls.
How did that go?
He didn't win as much as this season. But I tell you what, for the longevity of his development as a coach, playing teams like that with that sort of style, yeah, it's like doing weights.
Yeah, learning when to reroll and when not to reroll.
Oh, yep.
He's moving the ball up now. This should be a good, solid move up here. He's got an opportunity to still do a side cage. It would have been remarkably handy if his troll had actually been able to move, walk, step, jump, breathe.
Just giving off the tackle zone's good enough for me.
Yes. I watched an interview with an Australian coach for sevens, and he was talking about the sheer dominance of some of the teams in sevens. And Skaven was one of the big ones, but it seems that Old World Alliance has been making a big resurgence because there's no rerolls.
Yeah, wow.
Here we go. Just push away.
Yep. That sounds pretty simple. 2 dice against gutter runners, but with that skill set.
Yeah. You're looking for a POW. That's it.
Oh yeah. And if you don't, they're going to sidestep right in your way. put all your best laid plans to waste. Coach Chris inquiring which gutter run has strip ball. That's a pretty valid question, because that can really ruin your day.
Would you go for the side cage? You realistically only have one available defender.
Yep, you called it. That's what you want to do, Coach Chris. Force those dodges.
Yep.
There's only so many 2-ups you can make. Force those tackle zones.
I think he needs one more player to defend that side.
Fungus.
Alright, let's see where he goes. Straight ahead.
Yeah, it's going to help. Hitting the prone player. Well, that's not going to do it. Just don't roll 1 or 2.
You mean like that?
There he goes. Ah, he gets
It's
through
the reroll.
straight ahead.
Yep,
Not
here we
prone
go.
player. Straight to armor.
Yeah, that one has to go to either side. You can't put it straight forward.
Now, wouldn't you push him away from the ball?
I would have hoped so.
Oh,
Yes, that's
small
correct.
discrepancy there, but the guys are sorting it out.
Yep.
Strength 7 on 2. And player's got dodge.
Dodge or a push, so. Yep, he's going to go and take out that annoying gutter runner over there. Misses.
That's not perfect. Two's not going to do much either. Now, as we
Let's go
film today, we have the Australian NRL Grand Final on this afternoon. Who's going to win? Andrew?
Well, in my heart, I really, really hope it's the Panthers, because I normally would like the Eels, but they knocked out my Cowboys.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. Ashley Klein knocked out my Cowboys. Well done to the referee. However much he had on it, I hope he made enough money on there. You can't tell me that wasn't a forward pass. Well, actually, one of the 2 forward passes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm still dirty about that. So, as far as I'm concerned, I want Parramatta to lose. But Penrith have been dominating all year. And but as we know, you can dominate all year when it comes to the money shot.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thinking of the rookie division that you are won, Andrew, you come down to those last couple of rounds for Coach Josh and Alex.
Yeah.
Really come down to that last week, didn't it?
It did. And I thought, well, if I beat Alex in my last game, I was going to have to play him again. But at the end of it, take the sheer amount of damage, carnage, and points that I got on him.
You decimated his team.
Absolutely decimated his
You
team.
got rid of I know you got rid of one.
Got rid of
war
one of
dancer.
his war dancer, and the other war dancer managed to apothecary save himself from being killed.
Wow.
So yeah, he had one player left on the field at the end of it.
Oh, pitch cleared.
Yeah. There we go. Down goes the Rat Ogre.
Foul. Yeah.
Foul it. Foul it now.
Oh, he breaks
Yes.
the Rat Ogre.
Come on. Oh, just
5
stunned
not
him.
gonna do it.
A great uphill block there.
When needed.
And the 1 dice block there.
Okay. Now the problem is that untagged gutter runner
Yeah.
at the back is going to cause some troubles.
As I said, you just needed one more player to cover that back area. But there's going to
Nice.
be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'll be a 2 dice uphill block.
But with block and dodge,
Yeah.
like I said at the beginning of the match, Stephen has the ability to dodge out of pretty much anywhere and give him the assist with the blitz on that ball carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he actually does that.
Yeah, they'll only get him to a one dice.
Just stop a touchdown, you got it sometimes. I believe that Troll's lost his tackle zone, so that makes it
easier for him. 6, 7, and a go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, you can do it. You can do it with one dice. It's a real shame about his Troll, but that's the joy of big guys. You pay so much for them just to see them do so little. I know this because I paid 180k for my big guy, and whilst he started well, he just wasn't really nailing it for me.
Now I'm quite proud, out of the games I played for college division this season, I took out 4 big guys.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was there fouling involved?
The first one, yes.
Yes.
So I rolled on the Prez to Nuffle for my first game of the season, first Commissioner Mark, and I got the Predator Nuffle where you get SPP for fouling.
Oh, okay.
I don't normally foul. I fouled out his blood spawn.
Yep.
He is gone. Lost a point of armor.
Oh. That would have been against Coach Mark, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Most people would fire their blood spawn after that point, but no, he played the season with him. That was well done.
Well, it's armor.
Went from 10s to 9s.
Yeah.
It's a liability. So he's popped him in there. Give the assist. He's forcing some dice rolls on Coach Chris there.
All right.
He's gonna blitz him. Actually,
He's going to throw a block.
Right.
Hitting the ball carrier. What could possibly go wrong?
well, you can. I thought it was. Well, I thought it was nothing doing it. But yes, you haven't used it. He's gonna throw a block. So that is a all cancel out. 1, 3, 4, 4. Was that 3? 3. I'm gonna take the cow.
Oh, that's surprising. I would have thought that maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the push.
Oh, surfed it.
That's right, he's frenzy piece.
He's got a frenzy piece?
He's got a frenzy piece.
Which frenzy piece is that one? Oh, okay. Skaven Thrower has frenzy.
Used it to.
There is
exactly
something
how you
that I
should.
would not have expected.
Now, I guess the important part here is where the ball,
Ball ends
up.
This is the one. This always seems to, for some reason, favour.
And it's gone pretty far too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
Well, that's almost perfect for the
oh
Skaven.
dear.
Bouncing.
That's right. Well, he's
I think that's a pretty good turn from
that's an awesome turn
Stephen.
from Stephen.
He's
Yeah.
managed to get an armor roll, injury roll on an Orc Blitzer. Ball's popped out, and it's an uncontested ball in the backfield of Chris's Orcs there.
And he still has that gutter on he hasn't used. It's tagged at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He could literally pick it up and
This could be a touchdown.
run it in. Well, not quite. I don't think you'd have to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
So
9. No, you'd be
with
too
two
short.
rushes, he's going to be 2 squares out.
Yeah.
2 turns. He's set up for that.
Oh, so they move 9. I keep forgetting how fast they move.
Mm-hmm. It's a
He
luxury.
can do it. He can do 2 rushes to get to the touchdown.
Is it 2? And with the agility of the Orcs, it might be smart just to put a tackle zone on that ball, just in case Chris is able to dodge out or break his way out and contest the ball.
Maybe his troll can run over and pick it up.
Maybe he wants Steven to score.
You want there?
Right.
Yeah, why not? You got a biscuit for the biscuit?
Another
No dodge
fast
out
food
there,
reference.
With no
Mhm.
dodge roll, no dodge reroll, and it's a 3 up. Yep.
He's
Does it easy.
To there on a 3 up. Yep. He's gonna dodge out on a 2 plus. And yep. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick up the ball.
Wow, look at the speed.
Yep. 9.
It looks good to have Gutter running with the ball in that
Mm.
position, but unless he can stop Chris,
I would have thought that one that he hadn't actually moved. 1, 2, 3, picked up and run.
yep,
He's gonna dodge out. 3 plus.
and he's going to use him to screen.
1, 2, 3. He's gonna dodge out.
It's a 3 plus dodge out. Is it or a 2 plus?
Dodging with a lineman. Or is that a blitzer? That's a blitzer.
That's your blitzer, yep.
Interesting.
I know there's a lot of things we need to hit here.
So that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'd go for it to blitz in with the. I believe it's a try.
I don't
blitzer.
think Chris
sorry,
can do
not
too
blitzer.
much to stop this touchdown.
2 plus.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. May not be able to stop the touchdown, but he can certainly restrain
Mess
them.
his team up a little.
Yeah.
And that's the way from 3 will end.
And you're 100% right. All it's going to take is one mistake by Chris. I don't even think he made a big mistake. That frenzy,
No, that frenzy piece was just not something you'd expect.
no, absolutely
through.
not. But I think Steve was well aware of what he could do, and he took advantage.
Yep. And Chris is seeing the blitz that I was talking about.
Yep.
But get
Just
your,
to force the tackle zone.
get your troll running first. He's just trying to tag up now.
Yep.
See if you can tag the guy up. If he does actually manage to push the gutter on the back end, at least it'll put him into other tackle zones.
Just looking at both teams' dugouts. Gee, Steven's got a lot in the reserve box.
Yeah, as I said, once you've hit your 15 players, like you got 4 in there plus
Plus,
Krieg. Yeah, it's
Yep.
like it's not going to be easy.
got power. All that hard work to get that far up the pitch, and then Steve has
Just-
one turn and has the ball and is within striking range. It just shows how deadly. You can say that the strength of the team has got him there, but without taking those chances with the frenzy push out, that really changed it.
That did. I was actually surprised how he did manage to get that.
Well,
sort
when he
of a
went for
throw.
the frenzy re-roll on the second block, you were like, "What?
Yes.
What? Why are you doing that? Why are you taking the power?" Ball bounced out.
Yep.
With ball and chain, you have to use all 5 moves. You don't have to.
I'm not sure. It would be
It's
wrong.
exactly the same question we had during our game.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
you don't have to. No.
I'm just going to go forward once.
It would seem to me that if you didn't do that, you'd be.
Wasting the whole thing.
I have to look it up in the rules. Well, it's not wasting the whole thing, but I think if you activate, you have to do the rules.
Unless, of course, you're
I mean, if
you do
want
what I
to-
did, where I ended up between 4 guys completely, and I needed to tag them up so I could run away. Yes.
What thing you have to use ball and chain as well, wouldn't you? It's not really big goblin.
Goblins. I'm looking at goblins next season, Andrew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's time for a change.
I was going to say. Well, I'm actually just more concentrating on the next, which is the Great Barrier Biff.
Yeah, it's not far off.
Yeah.
4 weeks now.
4 weeks. Oh my
4
God, it is
weeks this
too.
weekend. Wow, and that's come up really fast.
It has. I think time is just flying at the moment. Oh, it's got there. It's a nice power. Take out some teams.
I had every intention of taking high elves up,
Yeah.
but fate stood in the way, Andrew.
Oh, what happened?
My dog ate my models.
So he just says if he moves.
He ate one, and I was like, it's alignment, it's okay.
Oh, break it.
And then fast forward a couple of weeks later, he ate more, so I'd taken it as a sign.
There.
So I'll potentially be running goblins for that as well.
Oh, really? Okay. I've never actually played your goblin team.
I've had a few games.
The only real games I played against goblins was the in the tournament just recently where I played Coach Zach, and
He played them well.
he
I think
played
out of
them
the
well.
5
It
games
just
for the tournament,
Yeah.
for the Sunny Coast Slam, he had something like 7 or 8 throw teammate touchdowns.
yep.
Amazing.
Everything that could go wrong in the game against me, that it did. He literally threw
That
his doom
completely
diver.
turned the tide. Most touchdown champion.
Yeah.
All hinged on one game.
Yeah. Well, half my touchdowns came from that game.
Yeah, amazing.
But just when his doom diver went over the sideline, that's when I knew the game was really not going to be that much fun for him. He did really well though, especially after all of the everything that could go wrong. Anything that goes wrong, it just went wrong.
But you know that's good.
But he
The
played
attitude
it well.
to Zach, like when that happened.
Yeah, he was sitting there going, "I can't believe this." He said, "I'm sorry, I'm not playing happier." I'm like, "No, man, look, you're copping and hiding."
It happens.
But he ended up. We had a good laugh about quite a few things, but just at the end of the game, he was apologetic. I'm like, "No, you need to be apologetic, man. You played well." Oh, here you go. Chris is deleting some people.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
That's what you want to see. This is where he should have been going. He needs that blitz to happen though,
Yeah.
and if he can get his 2 orcs in, he can tag one to just behind that one and the other one just over there.
Yep.
Even if he pushes that gutter runner, it'll at least end up in 3 tackle zones.
Yep, absolutely. Now in the heat of battle, sometimes we miss the most obvious things.
Or is he just going to try and surf somebody out?
Will Coach Steven stall?
Probably
Being a
not.
grand final, he has no benefit to holding onto the ball. He needs to get more than 1 touchdown on the board because it's going to be very, very difficult for an Orc coach to score. 2 to draw, 3 to win in the remaining 12 turns.
Here we go. Chris is doing it now. Setting things up so it'll make it difficult. If he just gets a push, which he's sort of banking on a push.
If we can blitz and then get around to that side would be...
Well, he needs to be on the touchdown side.
Yep.
Which is we counted out before. I think the only thing he might have an issue with is he might need to go for it
It's all
to actually
hinging on a power though.
Friendship.
Power of friendship.
power of friendship. Here we go. Yay!
He's moving. He's walking.
Just when he needed it. Guard. Guard on the troll. Oh, not how I would have done
I'd
it.
go for it. What were you looking at?
Pow. And run around.
Make it. 6. Go.
No, he's
As
doing
if
the
you
go
had
for
a-
it. Got it.
Done.
So now it's 2 dice block. And it is.
Yeah, Chris is burning the reroll. Needs
Yep.
a power.
That's
Double
push.
is not going to do it.
Well,
It's going to help though.
probably would have put it
I have.
in the middle of the 3 there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no tackle in there.
It's going to be a
On that one, Steve,
2+ dodge out to score.
until you dodged away.
Oh.
I planned what.
The plan was good. Rather than get the ball down this end of the park instead of the other.
Well, he's put the pressure on him. And it's going to force him to do
And
something.
That's the only end of
Yeah.
it proper.
He's not going to hold on to it. There's no way.
Probably the only thing you could probably look at doing is blitzing with his
Red Ogre.
Rat Ogre. He's just going to go for the win. Yes, success, and
that's a
runs it
touchdown.
away.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Touchdown.
And
Touchdown.
that is the joy of
Fast
Skaven.
Fooder's first touchdown of the grand final.
That was against the kickoff too.
Typical Skaven, Coach Stephen play there.
Looking forward to seeing how Chris responds to this. What turn are we up to? We're up to turn 4, going into turn 5 for Chris.
Can he get another high kick?
Yeah, well,
I thought the high kick, catching the ball like that, it just saves the whole turn.
yeah, you catch it. You don't need to pick it up, which for some reason is nigh impossible to so many. There was actually a really good clip on YouTube the other day. It said this is how things happen in Blood Bowl, and it was a ball on the ground, an NFL linebacker going to pick it up, spilling it forward, going to pick it up again, kicking it forward. The people behind, like the opposition team comes running at him from behind, hit him from behind, he knocks it forward, then it's skittled all the way to the other end, and they end up scoring.
Yeah,
But just
that's
by
Blood Bowl.
tumbling all the way onto going, that's Blood
After
Bowl.
the drive,
Yeah, he loses one drive.
no,
We all have those Blood Bowl
you
stories.
have to lose your free drive,
Yeah.
basically, but you don't have to put him on the pitch.
Okay.
If he's not on the pitch, you don't have to.
Well, once again, both coaches helping each other with the rules, which is great. No one's trying to take advantage of each other. It's really healthy. It's good for the community.
You can play him one more drive, but you might have more. If you roll a 6, you can he argues the court.
Alright, cool. Let's
Yeah, not there.
also after my next one I can roll to argue.
No, the next one he can come back on.
Okay.
Yeah. That,
And then you can argue
Yeah,
the
that's
call
the thing
after
with
that.
these
this is a free drive.
secret weapons. It's a timing thing.
Yeah,
When are you going to get the most out of them on the pitch?
that is true.
Very wise.
And it's also why you'd spend that extra 100k just to get the bribe to get him trying back on again. That's
Sometimes it fails.
Yeah. Notice even with a deleted player, or it's KO'd player, I should say, that you're sitting at what's it? Oh, that you're sitting at
That's number 5.
sorry.
Number 3.
No, it's number 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Number 5 is the one that follows him.
Yeah, just the sheer number of players that he's got. He's actually not really afraid of losing too much.
He's the
No.
chief warrior.
Even with 4 gutter runners, he still has a very, very viable combat ability and streaking array running ability as well. This is literally a dash versus bash game, and he's probably at the moment with the way that Stephen has set up his team.
Column.
He's just literally going to try and hold Chris out and try to end the turn with a turn touchdown.
Alright, sir. That is my turn.
So Bomber Dribble Snot's gone now, has it?
Fungus Saloon?
Fungus Saloon, sorry.
Yeah, I think he's off the pitch.
Oh,
Oh, I got
Now you'd almost assume that Steve's
yep,
in
now he's gone.
the most beneficial position here. 1-0 up, and he gets to receive after half time.
And this is the one that doesn't have tackle. He's got Mighty Blow and block.
And realistically, that was 2 turns for Steven to get the ball, to cause that ball going out,
Well, that's what they.
then the throw in, then the pick up. 2 turns. It's all he needed.
Yeah, it's the speed of Skaven. I mean, let's face it. If that had been anyone else's team other than a Skaven team, even Woodells would have been struggling to get there to get the ball. There's no way that I could see that
I
actually.
don't think Chris did anything wrong. I think he
No.
played it as you should.
I think the only thing that probably didn't benefit Chris was giving the ability to block on that player. Not a blitz, a block.
Yep.
Um,
Well, that gutter runner coming around, giving the assist, really
yeah.
did turn it from 1 dice to 2.
Yep. So looking for a pickup, and is he going to be setting up to actually delete players, or is he just going to try and move the ball up?
He needs to score.
7.
Survive the mass.
You said that Stevens' player has kick.
He has a kick piece, yep.
Almost did alright.
He did very well. He got the main one out. That was all you needed.
Oh, he didn't get him though. He didn't get him. He had to get him.
Yep, gonna
There we
go the kick.
Perfect placement. Now, it's not over by any long shot, is it, Andrew?
Not yet, no. I mean, let's face it, the whole point of a bash team is sometimes you are going to just give up that touchdown. But if you can delete enough players and get up there, it'll be all for you.
Yeah, you can't win if you don't have any plays left.
No.
What's the blitz for you, mate?
Ooh, Stephen with the blitz.
Oh,
Now,
far out. That's a bad roll, unfortunately.
Alright,
the
D3
thing
cross
is,
through.
though, I've fallen victim to this myself. You set yourself up in defense, prepared for what your opponent's going to do. You get the blitz, and you know when Nuffle puts that in front of you, you've got to take it.
Yes.
But it does put yourself out of position, and there's no re-roll because it's not your turn.
That's true. But then again, for this, just looking at that, there's probably only one. I'd actually.
Are you looking at the Rat Ogre?
I'm looking at the Rat Ogre. That into the side,
Yep.
literally removing 2 players out of the equation to make sure that either they get surfed off,
Yep.
or well, actually surfed off is pretty much what I'd be
That's the
looking
thing
at.
with the Rat Ogre. Movement 6 on a big guy is amazing. Frenzy giving you this opportunity to do that second block, or forced into a second block based on what you roll.
Yeah,
It's so dangerous.
and of course moving the gutter runner into support, make sure that you've got that additional point. I must admit, I would not have expected it to occur, though. See, that's the thing with the kickoff shenanigans is when they pull out the blitz, you have to set for the blitz. You just can't afford not to.
I've fallen victim to a couple of blitzes in my time. Asymmetric setups, perfectly planned. Kick return. They get the blitz. If you leave any of those sides exposed, it's really going to hurt you.
Yeah. And so far, it's been Frenzy that's done the major damage against Chris.
Oh yeah, that surf really did change a lot.
Yeah, that did. I personally would not have expected that to happen, but it looks like Stephen's just going to be setting to defend.
Interesting. D3 plus 3 open players.
And he's going to throw the blitz.
Okay,
Oh, there we go.
here's the blitz.
Saw it coming.
That's it. 1, 2.
Oh, he's going
gone
he's
through
gone
the
to the middle.
He's going to hit that guy there.
So that would be a strength 4-piece then. So 2 dice.
Push with frenzy.
And
This could be a blessing in disguise.
A 4 on a 3. Take 2 dice. And he's going to go there.
You know, there's only been one armor break on the Orcs, and that was turn 1.
that's true. And that's standard for Orcs. That's armor 10. I was actually having a debate with someone online what the definition of what the ideal lineman would be. A fair ideal lineman.
Yeah.
So it would be something that has a movement of at least 6, an agility of at least 3, and an armor of at least 9. So your typical human is a great lineman. But what
And
steps
the
above
cost of it
that
too is what's important, and what their choice of primary and secondary changes a lot too.
I must admit, I've never really been concerned about that because there's such good skills at every point.
Oh, absolutely.
General skills, agility skills, even strength. And strength skills, for me, have always been the weakest of the skills to take.
Look, if you don't have mighty blow straight up,
Yep.
which most strength pieces have, like your big guys generally, then yeah, it is a good way to go.
Yeah. Guard's probably the next step, and then after that it would be grab.
Yeah, grab's great.
I so want to grab and frenzy to work together.
Yeah, if that was legal,
That would be horrific.
that would be amazing.
Yes.
Just I'll put you where I want you.
And then you're goodbye. I will say that's one good thing about the community. If anyone's actually asking any questions about Blood Bowl, go into the Blood Bowl community Facebook pages, and ask, because a whole bunch of guys will come back and give you the correct answers. There might be a few people that are talking about interpretations, but for the most part, I've
I
had
think
all
it's the
guys.
best part about this game. The
Yeah.
grey areas are minimal.
Well, for the moment. Welcome to Games Workshop. They develop a great game, then they just leave it lie, and then the community takes it over and continues to develop it. Then they suddenly come back to it going, oh my god, there's money to be made here.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they're in the middle of fixing it now.
Oh, I'm working him out. That's it.
I've already had...
At the end of the day, each game's going to evolve. I don't think any game system has rule changes that people are 100% sold on. But I think, like you're saying, the community is what keeps it going.
yeah. Oh, yep. Is that a
I
break?
think Games Workshop are, with math and all the rest of it.
Yep, 10. He's gone.
Yeah,
Injury time.
they listen.
I hope so, because, as I said, with the new Amazon list that's come through, and even the Norse list to a point,
That's alright.
Amazon lists putting in 2 strength 4 blockers,
Unless you
Yeah.
keep a stun player on
that's a big change.
Huge.
But then not getting blocked,
Ball guys.
having
Yeah.
dodge, and I think it's hit and run, I believe,
Yeah, new one. New rule.
which is like a reverse sidestep, which would be absolutely phenomenal and brilliant if they were allowed to move into a tackle zone, but they have to move away and out of a tackle zone.
Kills you.
Oh, look, people will be able to exploit that positive, like on the offense and defensive.
I want it on this guy's or my
He
floor.
kills you. That's why I had to take a chance around there, because I mean,
Yeah, Chris did have to take a chance there.
Yep.
he's probably just going to have to push me and strip the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought, I've got to take the chance.
He's worried about the strip ball rather than the frenzy piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he stayed here.
Oh, you would have got the ball, but I had more.
Yeah, no chances.
More chance.
I think the unfortunate part about that when it came to the choices, the strip ball, at least you drop it there,
Okay.
not in your backfield,
Yeah.
waiting for someone to run and pick it up.
Yeah, just so dangerous.
And that's it. The randomness of that is just incredible. I know.
I think it's fair. Everyone's rolling the same
yeah,
dice.
It is. I still think the worst one for me is that. Yes.
2 dice on the big ratto.
Let's go.
Oh, he just kapows him. He's been
Oh
waiting
wow, he's
there
gone.
all
He's
day.
down.
Can he get him off the field?
Lay and wait.
He's been waiting there all day.
Find
I
this
was going
guy.
to say that's
White
the
bloke
sleepy-eyed
that comes
troll finally does something.
No, not with
Not
arm
enough.
break like that.
It's all that he knocked you over.
Well, I mean, as big guys are friends, he doesn't want to, maim. He's like, oh, okay.
Done. Let's see if we can actually figure it.
Yeah, the hard part.
We're a bit icy.
Sounds pretty simple. 3 up.
It's no power.
Yeah, right. The difference between a 2 up and a 3 up is massive. I like literally, if I'm playing Wood Elves, I'll do 2 ups all day. Yeah, no worries, I'll roll again. Yeah. If I'm playing another team that's got a 3 up, I will be really doing the last thing
Now
with
the
that.
guys are warming up.
There he goes. So Chris is pushing in there.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
even good for armor break.
Now they're at the dice are running a bit hot now for Chris.
Another
Oh, KO'd.
knockout. Oh,
Them to look
tides are
down
turning.
Oh, okay. Sorry, 8.
Okay.
KO'd, yeah.
He's going to have a little drink with his mate. So this is.
just regular.
Where's the one that was behind the.
Cannon fodder? Yeah, is it?
No, head's kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is starting to look at what pieces he wants to remove. Now that he's taken a couple out, I think he's
He's now
got a taste of blood.
He's going to assassinate things.
Yes.
Still needs to get that ball protected though, because every time you roll dice, there is that chance that you're going to go down.
Absolutely.
And if you leave that ball unprotected, the gutter runners can move.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is a 3 up pickup.
And
It
he
just
doesn't.
gets it. See, on a 2 up, you'd be like, yeah, cruise it. On 3, it's like, oh, I just got it.
4 points movement left.
Yep.
Are we going to see any passing? I personally just played a season of Orcs. I think I threw 1 pass. Actually, I tell a fib, it wasn't even a pass, it was a handoff. And that animosity just changed. That extra dice roll. Sounds simple, 2
Yeah.
up. But no, not for me.
Even Wood Elves. Honestly, I've watched Alex as he threw the ball and rolled a 1. Closely followed by He went to his passing skill,
Many of them.
threw it,
Too many of them.
just picked it up on a 2, just got it on there. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you got it. And then the guy catching it rolled a 1. It's
Rerolls.
just, yeah, the rerolls were the only thing that was saving it. And I sat there going, do you pass often? And he's like, every game. I'm like, keep doing it that way. You'll burn your rerolls real quick.
Nothing's a certainty.
He's got a good front cage going there.
He does.
Nothing protecting on the sides, but he's got that entire scrum in the middle going on, so it looks like he should be fine.
If he keeps removing players,
Yeah, if he can remove gutter runners,
absolutely.
that's the ones you want gone.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, you still look at the end of this drive. Even if Chris scores at the end of this drive, you're still looking at 4 players on the bench that are just can walk in.
They may not have the best skills on the bench there, but you know it's better than nothing.
But I mean, let's face it. What are we looking at for the Skaven team? CTV is a whole 1555.
I'm enjoying the fun.
Chris is 1385.
Oh,
Another one's dead.
So you know,
Another one's dead.
for having 15 players on the field at 1555. Another one's
The
gone.
boys aren't burning through their rerolls too quickly.
No.
Back anyway.
So Chris has deleted another injury roll there. Big smash down.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
You're 5.
My turn.
Your turn 5.
That was literally an incredibly long turn from Chris. Mind you, the damage and carnage he's caused, and he's got the ball, and he's formed a half cage. So,
And Steven has like 3 activations left.
yes.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
And the trouble is, watching this game, both coaches are good friends of mine. I can't pick a side. Even being a Skaven coach for a couple of seasons, I can't pick that side. Being an Orc coach for 1 season, I can't pick that side. I'm just happy to see these 2 great coaches go at it.
I'm actually just trying to learn how to defend against Skaven.
How to defend
Because-
against Skaven?
Yes. Make them roll a lot.
Tackle. Just tackle.
Tackle, yeah. Unfortunately, in the biff that's coming up, Coach Stevens taking Skaven. And I
believe he
can
will
guarantee he'll be having 2 blodging gutter runners to start with.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of that escalation league that we're playing, he'll have 4 blodging gutter runners. I'd rather figure out how to defend against them now.
I see.
So I'm watching to see
you
how
know,
Chris is
let them
working it.
score quick, then you put the hurt down, depending on who kicks and receives. I think you just got to remove players. Like, yes, if you have 4 gutter runners with block and dodge left on your team, you're going to be dangerous. But, you know, if there's only those 4 players left,
He's gonna blitz him.
he's done it again. Give the assist
Yep.
with the gutter runner. And that ends up being a single... Oh, no.
3 for the blitz.
3 for the blitz.
Yeah,
3,
should be a
4. One dice.
single dice roll.
1 dice block.
Oh, he's a 4.
Oh, it's a big 4. Oh, skull, reroll.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
here we go.
And I've got block.
Damn it.
Damn it. Maybe he's got dodge.
Yeah, it's surprisingly
See?
not.
We're up to turn 6?
5.
5.
Turn
1
5.
armor break from the Orcs.
Happy?
On the Orcs, I should say.
Well, there's 2 armor breaks for the game so far.
Wow.
So that's it. The idea that a strength 2 piece is the one you fear getting blocked by. It makes me feel sad and hurts me slightly inside. I will say that the way I found that I really liked was when I was using wood elves and the catches was take wrestle, because
Oh, yeah.
the number
Both down, the
of
ball
yeah,
pops out. You know, they're going to roll dice to pick it up again.
Yep. And the other part is also that if you get taken down by a piece, block piece, or a big strong piece, and it goes, oh, you're down, you'll wrestle, you go down, but you get up in your turn.
Absolutely.
Literally, you step straight up, and then slipper the hell out of the guy on the ground. But anyway, that's just
Yeah, Fallon.
Howling.
Yeah,
Yep.
Does it easy.
He's up.
I think that those ears on nicely.
I love how Steve talks about his team like they're real people.
They are.
Oh,
They're all real. Just because you don't understand sentience the way that these people are, it's a quantum sentience.
once again, go to runner given the assist to give a 2 dice block. That's a.
It's important.
I was going to say, I don't spend hours painting these things to just believe they're small plastic pieces. They've got personalities. They all have lives. That's why you do the eyes.
The 10 as well, dude.
Another 10.
Wow.
Another 10. You're the toughest little nuts.
Sort of.
Can Chris score this half? I hope so.
Yeah, I think he can. He just needs to free up that side, because going down that side again, you're now facing a rat ogre, a blitzer, a line rat, and a gutter runner. And his orcs, who'd done really, really well smashing up the middle, are now really being pulled to one side. Maybe if he runs to the bottom of the screen, then he might have a chance to hand off and rush through. But at the moment, he's definitely on the back foot on this turn 5 here.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's for sure.
3 turns, that's 18 spaces.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple go for it.
Yeah.
That's if you can get through those gutter runners.
With that, my turn 5 is up.
Turn 6. What can you do?
So Stephen has literally left an alleyway down the side there for him to go down.
Dodge, dodge is really good.
I was thinking that the troll might try to dodge, but all season, ever since the ball hasn't done a dodge yet.
A break tackle. Put a break tackle in and dodge.
Break tackle. So underrated on a big guy.
Straight dodge out of
Yeah, even my bloodthirster used it,
Must
which
be
I was
like
so
a lazy
like
six.
couldn't believe. I was like, yeah, I need a 3+. Bang. See ya.
Yep. Yep.
There's got to be an answer here somewhere.
Oh, Chris putting on his thinking cap.
Okay, how far can you get up the pitch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And how many spaces from halfway is it to the end zone?
12.
12 spaces.
2 rushes.
2
3,
rushes,
if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
So one of the things that Millsy showed me, didn't tell me, showed me, because he did it so brilliantly against me, is literally moving a player up within 6 spaces of the end. Just leave it there. And that's your destination piece.
Yep.
To hand off and run through.
I see.
I had no idea what's this place doing all by itself. It's not a werewolf, it's not anything. And the next minute, dash, hand off, run through, touchdown.
Blitz there.
Well, he's got a good defensive ring, but the person he's looking at for the blitz is going to open a hole into his line.
Not really gonna. Let's get
Haven't seen the Skaven coach fail a dodge roll yet.
Well, he hasn't had to have to make too many. He's only made 4 so far. And at twos and 3s, he's doing quite well.
Yep.
I think the one that actually I was surprised that he did make was
The 3 ups.
3 ups. Yeah.
2 3 ups in a row, yep. That was with the touchdown scoring piece, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
That was the lead up.
That was the lead up to get it in there. He's just tying up the frenzy thrower.
Good idea. Don't want that happening twice.
Yeah, and making sure he won't get surfed out.
him down here. I won't you, my little friend.
He knows he needs to pin that gutter runner. He also needs to know that he has to make the gutter runners dodge through his tackle zones. If he just leaves the player there by himself, it'll be a 3 up, 2 up, and then he's into the back line.
That handoff shenanigan that you just told me about.
Yeah,
That player there.
hasn't been used yet.
Correct. But 6 squares,
Yep.
move him to there.
Yes.
And that's essentially giving you, rather than a 6 square move,
A 12 square
it
move.
becomes 12.
Yeah.
Moving the ball 12.
Yeah, after I had that used on me, I started looking at it as a valid tactic for even the basic human just lineman.
Yeah.
I was really quite surprised how effective it is. It also means that they've got to at least use one player out of the line to defend against it, if not 2.
And you can also use the distraction piece if your opponent's wise to you doing that sort of tactic.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what he's doing now?
Yeah.
He's going to draw all your attention away from the ball carrier.
So he's just holding off the a loose cage, forcing him to dodge through.
Okay.
Yes.
So
the
he's
blitz.
going to try and tie that gutter runner up. Blitz.
All right. He sidesteps into there.
No break, but it's
No break.
definitely worth knocking down.
He needs to
If
get
I'm not
back and
mistaken,
defend. Yep.
one of Stephen's gutter runners says jump up.
Yes, he does, and that would be the one with strip ball. So that is Pepper. And
Go again.
and the rat ogre is down.
Mighty blow, mighty blow.
Come on. You only need eights to break the armor with the mighty blow.
And 6 is
sixes.
close, but not enough.
Everybody's been your
Unfortunately, in doing that, that is an orc there. So no, I was actually worried in case that he'd opened up a hole straight into his ball carrier.
Yeah, every Skaven piece is a bit of a threat. It's been so fast, you can just get players right in front of you.
And the fact that they're so cheap.
50k for a lineman.
Movement 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Agi 3,
awesome.
AV8.
Absolutely awesome.
Best lineman in the game, dwarf blockers. Chaos dwarf blockers.
I'd say they're good, but I think, as I said, I would need a movement 6 at least for it. Yeah, it's great to have block. I mean, honestly, movement 6 with skill block,
Yep.
even with an armor 8 Norse,
Yeah,
they're
wow.
pretty good.
What's the costing of a Norse lineman?
50k.
What?
But also, they can't really go for its on, not their thing.
No.
They go for its on 3s rather than 2s, and the number of times we've had to use go for it's just, yeah, it's crazy. That's with the drunkard rule.
Actually, using those go for it's to great effect reminds me of Coach Joe from college division.
Yep.
Young Joe, he's in high school. He's come a long way with his coaching, but he's that one player that his threat range just automatically add 2 to it.
Yep.
Because he's going to go for it every single time.
Yeah. It's actually very, very off-putting when the coach was, he's moving a player. Like, I've watched a person up against me. He's moved his 6 squares. I've counted out where his 6 squares are going to end, and he just goes, go for it, for what's no effect. And you go, okay, if you're willing to do for it for no effect, you're going to really do it when it comes time. So you've got to be counting 8 squares rather than 6.
Yep, absolutely. And then when you start planning for that 8, then they stop doing it.
Yeah. Yes.
Disclaimer here, we are not experts.
No, it's my first year. I've learnt really, really quickly though, because the people I've been playing have been very, very good.
I think the community is pretty healthy around here.
What was it, 22 for the tournament that was had just recently?
22 for Sunny Coast Slam.
And I believe the Great Barrier has got 22 as well, 21, 22.
Impressive, hey?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, all heading, was it 500 kilometres for a game?
Yep. We have a big contingent at the BIF actually.
Yeah.
I think we have 6 or 7 travelling coaches.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think the number's 7. So yeah, I know that I'm carpooling with 2 others, and then there's another car of 3, and
Yep.
you're on your own.
myself,
with
yep.
us.
Yep. Heading up there because my wife's birthday.
Yep.
She's going to go see her family while I go play Bud Bowl. That's a loving
Win-win.
wife. That's a great
Oh.
wife.
Happy birthday, Roz.
Stand up, dodge out, tackle,
I've seen him in agility test to dodge out.
2 plus,
2 plus,
there, this is
3 plus.
3, there.
Has he got jumped up?
No, he doesn't.
Ah,
Jump up with running.
yeah, that's
Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Yeah, we're just
Dodge. I just like how
enthusiasts.
people are just going, dodge. Yeah, I'm Skaven. I'm going to dodge.
Easy.
All right.
I did find that being a Skaven coach for a couple of seasons, fell into some bad habits. Being able to do things easily changes the way you play. You become very complacent.
That's the worst thing that happened.
That is the worst
I think
thing
the
that
biggest thing I'd take away from my time playing as Skaven is don't get attached to your gutter runners. Don't wrap them up in cotton wool because their biggest strength is when they're in those risky situations.
Yeah.
If you're afraid to lose, a gutter runner with 2 or maybe 3 skills, you're doing it wrong. In my opinion, anyway.
Got it. Moved up.
2 dice. Push, push.
It's all risk and reward, isn't it?
Well, for this one it is because that's the part that I, looking at the way that the game is set up. You can see him just playing to wait for an opportunity. So those opportunities get created usually when the opposition stuffs dice roll or manages
One
to
failed
fail on
dodge
something.
can turn the tide, eh?
Yeah.
must have got a cheap shot.
He's also making sure that stretch play we were talking about is not happening. He's just pushed that player back.
Yeah, but I got mine from a cheap shop in China.
Oh, the cheapest shot.
Although that stretch play is still available there. And I tell you what, does Chris actually have a thrower or not?
No throw.
No thrower.
I think, look, I wouldn't play with the throw only because it's AV9.
We won't get through
True.
the finals next year. We'll have to win so many rubber bands.
He's just trying to cover his by having a sweeper turn up.
Taking his time with this first activation.
He's gonna dodge out there.
Oh, going for the dodge again.
Haven't seen a 1 turn up yet.
No. Superhuman.
Yes. He's trying to make sure he leaves his players in a position where you have to bash them down rather than moving upfield.
Yep.
Although that bottom of the screen there, where 2 orcs facing off against, I think it's a line rat.
Would you say he's in a better position to kill some more players rather than score? Like, he's got a couple of turns as long as he holds on to it. If he removes 2 more players, it's only really Lyman coming back on the pitch, plus Krieg.
True.
Krieg's a big one, though.
I think, personally, if he can get that ball up and in the touchdown, he really needs to. But you can still delete players. That top end with where the troll's sitting.
Oh, skulls.
Oh,
Last reroll.
Oh, he's gone.
yes, skull down.
Wow.
Skull. That's double skull.
Does he make him pay for it? Nearly.
No.
Decision.
But now's the opportunity when Chris can actually head upfield.
Done for me.
Turn 7.
And in fact, I'd be looking
You're
at
going
it.
to have to do some dice rolls, unfortunately, Coach Chris. To get
1,
those
2,
GFIs.
3, handoff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it.
But
Go
even
for
the
it.
handoff, so you got animosity roll, then you agility check.
Oh, of
Is
course.
that better than
You need, yeah.
to go for it to score? So,
So
superstitiously, I
a
would.
2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 2.
Yeah.
But then again, if you can get further, then that.
Yeah, 2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 2. Either way, he's got a reroll.
Well, he's got a reroll. I'd I'd give it a go.
Pass. Handoff.
I'll say. Well, yeah, that he's going to also screen. See, this is the other joy of having blodging gutter runners. You've covered the field, pretty much the entire field from from side to side.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Scampering down the board and score.
Scampering down the board to score. Absolutely.
I can hear him.
But this is turn 7, so all he's got to do is manoeuvre his player into a side cage up on there and be ready for the handoff.
You're not really going to do much, are you?
As you say whenever you play, can I score this turn? Can I score next turn?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly right.
You do have to go and block those letters up. Make him dodge. Every dodge. Stephen's run out of rerolls now.
Yes. Good call from
That's
Chris.
fair. That's fair.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets you there.
It's tough. I'm not going to lie. You may have the ball, but
5,
it's
6.
still pretty tough to get there.
I'd even look at the set the guys for the side cage, get the guy up there, go for it, go for it. It's really easy to do it when you're looking at it from above. When you're down in the mud, not so easy there.
And 100 for the other one. Because block and tackle gets 30 each if you've got the same skill. Yeah. And I'm a ton. So, let's have a look here. That's a good option for that.
Well, it's definitely not any. Like, looking at it, it's not over by a long shot.
No. Good call. Covering off there, tag that man out.
Yeah.
Not the ball.
Now, last time Chris got that far down the pitch, he got crowd surfed.
He
What's,
did. But yes,
look
the
at that.
crowd surfers on the far side of the pitch now, along with the rat ogre. So all the real threats are over there.
Tell you what, Chris is playing it well. It's just unfortunate, like that touchdown. Realistically,
It's
come out of nowhere.
Yeah, against the runner play. That happens so often. Oh,
The placeholder dice.
no.
He's gonna have to
Go.
rush.
I need to do anybody else.
You'll need to rush.
No, probably not. Do you need to help me? Control.
If he does one more rush, that'll put him within 7 of the end zone.
One reroll too.
Yeah.
Do you go for the rush now?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Rush now. Rush now, regret later.
Let's go 6. You want that?
Yeah, yeah. Want to roll a cut dice.
Let's go 7.
That's it. Let's go.
Here we go.
That's it.
Made it.
Okay, does it easy. Go on, go again. What's the worst that could happen?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Eight, he bait it.
Okay. That's the pressure.
Has that player moved yet? Just down the bottom?
No.
No, I really think he
But
needs
he's
to get him
pinned
up
in
there.
that gutter runner.
Well, the gutter runner's being pinned by he's being
This top
tagged.
one.
Yeah, he needs to get someone in front of that
Regardless, the best he can do is strength 2.
with Blodge.
And it's a dodge.
Going there.
I think that would have been.
Yeah, one space lower would have protected it from a dodge away and then follow round. Try this tackle on that the player's tackle as well, so he's keeping him safe. So one thing I've found really, really difficult is to try and remember my skills.
Yeah.
It's always a bad thing when you randomly roll everything because you're trying to remember 50 different skills on a whole bunch of different players.
Now, if he knocks that gutter runner down, I think he's pretty
He's
safe
in for
to
the
score.
touchdown,
If
yeah.
he doesn't, if he pushes him, rolls that defender stumbles.
And there's the kapow.
That's a
That's it.
kapow.
That's
That
it with
does it.
style.
Oh, nice work from Chris.
Seven would do it.
Did
It's
you have Mighty
close.
Blow? No.
So you've got 2 dice there. You can blitz for 2 dice.
2, 3,
I have it right.
6,
It's
7,
an epic
8,
final.
9.
2 dice.
You can do a 2 dice uphill. That's a push.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Let's see if Patrol wants to play.
He wants to try and delete that Red Ogre. Yes, he
Activates.
does want to play.
Yeah, that'll do it. Push. Yeah, keep that guard piece on him.
Yep.
1 dice for block there, 2 dice for you've got block. 1 dice for block down here. On hook?
Onto the frenzy piece.
Yep.
And he's
There he goes.
yep.
Get
Come
rid of
on.
that piece.
Delete him.
Delete him.
Get the payback.
Indeed.
Yes,
That'll do it.
nailed it through. Now the roll. Oh, the important roll.
What a shame. I would have liked
I agree with Chris. What an absolute shame.
Yeah.
That would have just been kismet.
You've got 2 dice there. What can you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't do much. You can do enough.
And Chris is well aware of any mistake turns into a Skaven touchdown.
Alright, go on, have your 7.
All right, here we go. Turn 7. I can only see one opportunity to blitz the ball carrier, and that's with the gutter runner. But he's being
2
marked
dice
by
up.
it'll be a 2 dice uphill.
But still better than no chance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Looks like Steve's been playing this whole last turn.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's 2 dice uphill.
Yeah. So that player
Yeah, if he was
That
one
mercenary.
further down.
is the yeah.
Alrighty, let's set the stage.
Set the stage.
Let's set the stage.
I'm gathering that player has jump up.
Jump up. Yeah.
And it's 2 up. Made it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So it's dodge, not dodge isn't count. No, it's not an action.
Here we go.
Blitz.
Even so, it's still going to be a 2 dice uphill.
Still going to be. There's no way you can get the strength advantage with the way Chris has positioned his blitzes.
2 dice uphill.
Dare I say it, even if he does hit him, Chris has enough players there for a lucky scatter.
A catch and yeah. At the moment, Chris has the ability to run it in from where he is. He just needs to literally blitz one guy out the way.
Is it better to do a 2 dice blitz into a blodger or a 3-up dodge?
Well, it would mean a 50% chance of you actually pushing him out the way.
True.
And
you
then
don't
running
need to
on.
follow.
Yeah, you don't need to follow on. Which means to be a go for it of a 2-up.
Dodging with the lineman.
Oh, through, and he's in.
Very aggressive, hey.
He is going to dodge out and blitz it.
Here we go, this is the one.
Dodge out on the 2 plus.
Easy.
Nicely done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8, and it's a 2-up.
2, 3 on the 3. 1 dice.
Yeah, he gets a +1.
Does get a +1?
That player there.
That's a push.
No.
We're going to push
So,
to there.
No assist. Cancelled out.
oh, cancel
+1.
that one, yeah. Nice
Does it
work.
well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly plays that one well.
Still essentially a blitz to score.
Yep.
But it's definitely
no,
put him in a
he
tough spot.
may not need to blitz to score. All he needs to do is take out. Oh, that's a gutter runner as well. So the blodgers, yeah.
On your big guy is going to push. Frenzy is going to push there. This there.
And frenzy time
So 2 dice
uphill.
Down he goes.
Oh, fall
And it's
down.
turnover.
and my drive. And
That's a bad way to die. And 8's close, but not good enough.
No. Can you quickly tell me what armbar does as a skill?
Armbar.
Yeah.
That's the one where you apply Mighty Blow when they fail a dodge.
Oh, okay, rightio.
1 mule.
Okay, well, he should be able to open up a line.
So what does this guy got?
Sidestep.
Oh, sidestep. That's tragic.
Diving tackle.
That means
Diving
he'll.
tackle.
yeah.
What a combo.
And then he's got. Sorry, sidestep.
So what is diving tackle?
Sidestep.
-1 when you dodge out.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And with sidestep, he will be sitting right there and blodging.
Hmm.
So unless you can delete him.
Next season, you got a team in mind?
Well, I've just finished painting up lizardmen, and I really like the look of them.
Mhm.
But I'm also just finishing painting up now undead, and I'm also finishing painting up dark elves. I kind of get addicted to things and start painting. I'm slightly obsessive.
Awesome.
I know what I won't be taking. That's wood elves.
No?
No. I will play wood elves at tournaments because I love them. I think they're great. But when it comes to actual league matches, I think I'd be too heartbroken at every death that occurs.
I agree.
It's just a 70k for a lineman, which is a positional for anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm honestly probably thinking Norse because I'll post up my Norse team that I'm taking to the bash, and it would follow on with my storyline that I've already been running for Bloodthirst at the
Yep.
Corn Boys. So realistically, it's going to be at least a block to push one gutter runner out the way, a blitz to push another gutter runner out the way.
It's doable.
And a
there is
go
a way.
for it.
It's not going to be easy.
No.
Once this game's over and we have a winner, we're going to have to organise a rookie champ versus college champ.
Oof. I don't know. I think Stephen might have just gone, no, I don't want to. It would all be on him then.
Yeah, we'll see.
Chris, I'd really like to play against in a final.
Yep.
That would in a thing like that, because at least our teams would be bashing each other. I think looking at Stephen's team, he'd just dominate me. Look, in the rookie league, honestly, the truth be told, Ken was so dominant with his Orc team. He drew one bad matchup, and that one bad matchup got him gone from the finals.
Yep, Josh's Slan.
Josh's Slan was just the perfect team to take him on. You know, and you don't often say that about teams, but you know, when he built an entire bash team, and Josh's is a dodge around team, and extremely good at that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Josh's team with pogo stick and leap, and the agility of the the blitzers is amazing.
It is. As I said, the only reason Ken just didn't dominate and win the championship for the rookie league was he just drew one really bad matchup in the finals, and it can go either way. I mean, if I ended up playing him in the finals, he smashed me 3-0 in my game that we played, and I couldn't see any changes, honestly. Even dice rolls.
I noticed with Ken, was even when he was 2-0 up, and clearly going to win, he did not relent at all.
No.
He played every turn like he was 3-0 down.
Yeah,
and that's I respect that, because that's a flaw in myself. Like, if I get a couple of touchdowns up, I'm like, it doesn't matter if I do this, doesn't matter if I do that. Not Ken. Every turn mattered.
I will use the word stoic in the way that he played.
Yep, absolutely.
Here we go. He's got the diving tackle. If he can remove the diving tackle piece. 2 dice that way. Puts him in. Blitzes.
Sidestep
2 dice.
Player, though.
Well, the sidestep, where would you put him? So it doesn't matter which way he blocks.
Yep.
Yeah. So he needs to power him down.
Power will do it.
And the power will do it. That's it.
Touchdown.
We can see the opening here.
He hasn't blitzed, so that's...
Yep.
You know, you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Blitz, gunner, runner, go for it, score.
Yes.
If it all goes to plan.
Oh, and that was not where I would have gone. I saw a push there and a run straight to the...
Look, from the outside looking in.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're in the middle
As I said,
of it,
that's in the middle of it. You just miss that. And I've done that so many times. So many times.
armor break on the gutter runner. And 6 home.
Damn it. It's the toughest armor I've ever seen. Where's the cardboard? What happened to the cardboard the Skaven were renowned to have?
If he blitzes with the mercenary's got tackle and block.
And that should open the hole right up there.
Just as, yeah, still needs to roll power regardless.
Well, that first
stumbles.
That first power though, or power or defender stumbles. But
it's got a reroll.
Yeah, he's still got a reroll.
Just needs to push.
Oh, he's powered it.
I'm noticing Chris is taking a little bit longer with his decision making than Stephen. It's almost like Stephen
pre-plans as you're playing.
Yeah.
He'll see the holes.
Trying to get 3 dice, is that the plan?
Unsure, yeah. He's just trying to run around him without actually doing it.
All we can do.
Oh, he's going for a run around. He's going for the
double rush
time.
Tied up.
Yes.
Ooh, that was close.
And here we go. No, just stepped it in there. Well done.
1-1. Turn 8.
Turn 8.
See, that's what you want to see.
Ugh. It's kind of like making it hard on yourself just to get that double rush at the end there.
Yep.
He's still got 4 players coming up. So,
and I'm pretty sure Craig won't come back for the single turn.
Not for the single turn, but definitely for the start of next one, I would. He did well with delete. Like looking at the box there, you got 5 players off at the moment.
Substantial.
That's good, and normally that would be outrageously good.
And Chris has his full team.
That is true.
I don't think I've ever been fortunate enough to have the choice of what players to put on the pitch. Normally I just field as many as I can, and it's usually less than 11.
Yeah, I was going to say, and if you're taking goblins, you're going to discover that the hard way.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I did. I played against David yesterday, and he played Dark Elves. Wow.
Yeah.
A lineman with a 2-up dodge at strength 3. His runners.
And AV9 on the Dark Elf.
Yeah, and all AV9s. Was not breaking anything anytime soon.
Yeah, wow.
It was just wow. It was pretty impressive.
No, I mean, if you get a kick off, it's plus 1. Oh no, that's the defense. Yes, defensive team gets plus 1.
You hear that? Chris is concerned about the kickoff event that changes the turn.
Oh, it pulls it back by 1. Yes.
So rather than knowing that he's got, or assuming that he's got 1 turn,
Yep.
he's preparing for.
It's good call, because that 1 turn touchdown for the Skaven is always an option.
Yep. This is the setup of the man who has lost to Skaven many a times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, this is. I was actually wondering if Stephen was going to flex if he got the kickoff just to do the 1 turn touchdown, just to in your face. Is he gonna? You'll have to try and pull it off.
I think he'll try and bash the shit out of him.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be concerned with running the ball, trying to score. He's going to receive it after half time. I would say in Stephen's logic, start moving plays.
Good call.
And
But
he's not
Chris
even
has
worried about
He's
the
got too higher armor, and even if failing it once you've taken him out again, I don't know. I would imagine if I was Stephen, I'd be trying to get that 1 turn touchdown, because from there, looking at that, there is a straight run straight to the end zone. He's not being defended against.
mathematically, without the kickoff event changing,
Yeah,
he can't score. 9 plus 2.
on a 1 turn touchdown. 9 plus 2, but then 2 pushes.
Okay, so Rat Ogre's.
Rat Ogre's in the right spot for it.
Yep.
However, he hasn't put the.
Yes, I've got kick.
No, he's not doing it.
Eight. So 1.
Oh, because you got kicked. Yeah.
I think kick is a first skill that you should give any team.
It makes life easy.
Cheering fans.
No, he said don't have to worry about that turn. Should I? No. Honestly, no. Block every day. Block every day.
That turns your 1 in 3 to half.
Yeah. Just every day. You just wouldn't not. Kick only if you've got players
It's going to
already.
slow down the play. All it's going to do is take a turn or 2 off your opponent,
Yeah.
and you more than likely won't give that touchback that way.
Yep.
Oh! It was a boulder.
You can give me the bounce it.
Bounce. 8.
Ace again.
Good to see Motorhead turning up in there.
Yes.
You need the plus 1 and then one of them.
To our Lord and Saviour Lemmy.
R.I.P. Lemmy.
You can try to beat some of the players that haven't been on
I still remember there was a movie I used to watch. I can't even remember the name of it, but a guy said, "Oh, I listen to the same music you do." the question was, all right, so if Lemmy and God had a wrestling match, who would win? And he goes, Lemmy. No. God? No. Trick question. Lemmy is God. Okay, so what Stephen's just pushing through.
Okay. Well, once again, he's swarming Chris's players to get 2 dice blocks everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, he was there. Sorry, my bad.
That's what I'm
Such a
thinking.
goose.
Where's it going?
Yeah, such a goose. My bad.
Red Ogre.
Let's see if he wants to play. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4.
So he's just going in to do the bash, is he?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna throw a block onto. What's he got? There's on his block. I'm gonna throw.
Weighing up the odds.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays.
He does. He's an angry rat. Let's go.
Now, no matter how many dice you throw in, there's always the chance of double, triple skull.
Yep.
Guard.
He's got no guard.
No. Oh no, he's marked. Yeah, 2 dice. You're right.
Push, push. Push. He goes there.
And frenzy push time.
And he goes up there. And so that becomes a 5. A 4.
5,
5.
4, 5. Yeah, 1 dice. 1 dice.
1 dice with frenzy.
And a pow.
And a pow.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Poor little buggy's only just got on the pitch.
Well, he's on the pitch for a moment, and is he going to be off the pitch?
Yeah.
Yep, he's off the
Great.
pitch.
Turn
Let's
8.
go. Oh no.
No, it's just a stun.
Just face down.
8 turns. Minimum of, what, 2 blocks a turn?
Where else can I?
Minimum, yeah. Chris has been doing with 3, 4,
Yeah.
in some cases 5 blocks in turn.
4. Sorry, 3.
We're going to start taking on statistics for next season. That might be.
it's we'll need a third person to do the statistical analysis for it.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Well, you can bring somebody in to help.
Yeah.
next season, when are we looking at starting again?
Much.
March. Okay.
We've decided, because the best way to explain it is, I think it's important to have an off season.
Yep.
We've run 2 seasons back to back last year, and there was a lot of burnout.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game, play as much as you want, but when you're in a league and playing every fortnight, I think 1 season a year is fair.
So maybe we're looking at least one tournament as well.
Minimum 1.
Yeah.
There will definitely be another North Brisbane versus Sunny Coast.
Yep.
That is something that I want to continue to do, or we continue to do.
Yep.
With the added addition of Save Point Games at Ipswich, we could
Mhm.
have a 3-way best league in Southeast.
Goes down 'cause he still hasn't
There was talk of that at the Sunny Coast Slam. We've been trying to organise it, but I think we're just going to put it on the back burner for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. Turn 8.
That's turn 8 done. Time for half time.
Is Luke going to make me coffee, please?
Let's see if both of them want to come out and play.
Half time.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Both come out and play.
Come back.
They both come back.
I'm gonna
Oh,
bring
it's a
the
shame.
main vein.
Actually, I was talking to a couple of the coaches towards the end of the season, and one of the ones that came up with there was a really good idea. I don't know how playable it is, but it was we develop our teams all the way through. So let's say the 9 or 10 games there are, and then in that final, for the basically take all the teams, play a tournament match, where obviously in the top 4 or top 8, they won't need to play. They don't need to play the first round.
Yep.
So that way and then do a round robin. So therefore, every team has an opportunity
To make it
to a grand final.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea. It does mean that there is some bonus to getting in the top 4. There certainly will be a bonus.
I think that's actually a really great idea, because you get towards the end of a season, you can do the math.
Yeah.
And some players know that they can't.
Can't
Their
make it.
season's over.
Yep.
Essentially, if you're looking at it from a grand final,
Yeah.
championship running point of view, I think that's great. I think we can probably work something like that in, because
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
definitely.
The coaches that were talking about it, I thought, well, yeah, that's actually pretty clever. It also means that there is no, you develop your teams to actually aim to be there in the long haul. So
The hard part. I don't know how.
Oh, we will be switching over to tour play at this point in time.
cool. What is tour play?
It's an app.
Okay,
It's a Blood Bowl league app.
but it doesn't actually exist on Android, I believe.
No, I've only played a couple of games with
What was that, sorry?
I don't know if it exists on Android because I went looking for it for the day.
I haven't heard anything that it doesn't.
Okay, as in like it might be is it an iPhone app or is
Let's find out.
yeah, I was going to say I'm going to have to look it up. So at the end of this, we're looking at a 1-1. This is going to be a really tight and close game.
Oh yeah, 1-1 grand final half time.
It's probably the way to end on that first half. Everything's to play.
It's pretty much your field. You're going to bring the ball to me.
2, 4, 6, 8. Is that your setup?
That's going to be my setup. God help me.
Yeah.
So TOU.
You know what?
Tour play. I don't know if there's a gap in that.
No point.
Okay.
You just strength yourself in. Feel I can do this with
Apps.
Yep.
With a bit of luck, we'll be able to carry on a couple of those redrafted teams. I'd be very sad if we can't do that. I'd potentially push for us to use the Google Drive for another season if players are going to miss out on redrafting their teams if it's not viable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind Google Drive.
Yep.
And I don't really want to ruin anyone's league experience by not being able to redraft a team that they've played for a season or two. So it's a decision that we'll have to make as we get a little bit closer. But at this point, yeah, tour play looks like the way to go.
And I'm just trying to look for it on here.
Lucky that I got the turn-off touchdown. Otherwise, he gets the ball down there and he never comes up.
No, that's not it. Oh, we'll have to dig it up and have a look because I have spent time looking for it already. So
Yep.
But he's got 8 turns to play.
Yep.
Okay, it's interesting defense from
Yeah,
Chris.
this-
Once again, he's
this-
played against Skaven before.
and this is the defense against the one-turn touchdown.
Yes. That's what he's prepared for.
God, that leaves you so much open though to the two-turn touchdown though.
Yeah, you're right. Is it the right decision to make? I guess we'll just have to see.
I personally would think column defense would be a better option. But, you know, Chris has played this game a lot longer than I have, and so he's obviously dealt with this before. That's a, you know,
I've played Chris a lot with Skaven,
yeah.
and yeah, he knows their strengths and weaknesses very well.
And you don't know who you're going to play at the end.
But you know, at the end of the day, you got to pick the ball up. It's a dice roll.
You've got to pick the ball up. That's the first problem.
I have great plans.
Yeah, my plans work really well till I get punched in the face, and then it all just goes pear-shaped.
You don't really need him when you're going to be playing around the ball.
Yeah, I don't need him to spearhead the
Both coaches still with a bit of banter. That's good. That's
Yeah.
what you want.
beauty of him.
He's very unforgiving if he goes down.
So Krieg has not come onto the pitch.
Funny thing,
Interesting.
I didn't realise when he was playing. As soon as they fall off,
Using him as a defensive piece.
Yeah.
unwind forward. You just do the arm break. Injury on the seat.
Steve would have a more mobile team to knock down the three players on the line, then to skip past them.
Mm-hmm. No one sent off the pitch in the Orc-land Warriors yet.
Not yet, no. Oh, well, apart from, you know, Fungus Saloon.
Fungus Saloon, yeah.
Actually, it's a crack gun.
With all of his guards.
Oh, well, I've got,
Oh, he's got guards. He's got like blitzers plus his ogre his guard, isn't it? All of his blitzers.
no, he's got,
In the off season, I've decided to start a Necromunda campaign.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Might be
actually
fun for
played that game since it first released.
I played a little bit in the 90s.
Yeah. So my favourite one were the rat skins.
Yeah, cool.
Those little guys who were just running around with shotguns.
Yep.
Because basically the Necromunda, the games that we were playing were so tight. You'd have a 3x3 table literally crammed with everything. It was near impossible to see anything in a straight line. So we found they worked really, really well because they're their scout movement in.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one that worked really well was Spirers.
I played Spires. Yeah.
They were pretty impressive.
The Oris ones.
I can't remember which ones they
The
were.
double fist thing.
Double fist thing, yeah.
Yeah. The Yaris and the Yeld. I think that was the three that I remember.
I used to play the Redemptors, so the guys with chainsaws and flamethrowers.
Yep.
Because I didn't have to worry about rolling dice. Literally, it was just like, here's
Templates.
my template, bang.
It's still like only new to the new system, but yeah, templates still. Flames
Oh,
are
it is?
great.
Yeah.
You hit someone with a template weapon. It doesn't matter that you kill them or not, but you've pinned them.
Yep.
They've lost half their activations. Yeah. There goes your efficiency.
So here we go. This looks like, is it going to be the one-turn touchdown attempt?
11. 11.
So it looks like Chris is playing the long game here. He's
Paranoid about him.
He's not letting them get past his line. He's going to try and work the line in
Probably never been in such a toxic.
and try and enfold them or enfilade them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really unfortunate part, if Chris rolls blitz,
that would be
that
very
would
sad.
really suck.
That's a gutter on as well, isn't it?
But that would be exactly what I was saying earlier. If he does roll a blitz and doesn't take advantage, he's putting himself out of position regardless.
Yeah.
Although Pepper's Salt has dodge, block, diving, catch.
Yeah, something like that.
In the
The
safe
safe.
spot.
Yeah,
As they
put the
say.
safe spot for the kick.
Yeah, it's not gone far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And he gets a
Changing
seven.
weather.
Brilliant coaching.
Oh, brilliant
Ooh,
coaching.
rerolls.
We both got one each.
Yes,
Yeah, Chris
and
gets
Chris
it.
has picked it up.
What do I get for that?
We've got one roll euro. Extra roll.
Ah, an extra reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 each.
That's it,
This
mate.
game is getting
Wow.
isn't it?
That's what I was saying. I was looking at the roster for the Biff and 4 rerolls I can pick up
Yeah.
on a million build.
Wow.
That's just awesome.
All the best for the second half.
All the best, man.
Here we go. So if you were Stephen, you're going to pick up and move the ball quickly, or you're going to try and grind a bit. With Chris being so far back, you've got plenty of opportunity to delete.
He can do
Those
what he
three
wants
players.
for 2 or 3 turns.
Yeah.
What would I do as game coach?
Mm-hmm.
Try and score as quick as possible.
Okay.
So he,
Just for me, I would be trying to delete that entire front line. I know that Chris has got plenty more players to come on, but the way that he's been able to manoeuvre, like how quickly his stuff can reassert itself. 4 gutter runners can move from side to side of the board, literally run around wherever Chris goes. So Chris needs to get up and in quickly and start causing that ruckus.
There, and that's going to steal 2 dice. And a push. There. And go up there.
Okay, Rat Ogre did a big push around there. So if the gutter runner wants to have a go, it would actually be a 2 dice block for him. With block.
Let's go.
Would block,
3,
exactly.
4, 5, 2 dice.
Once again, bashing those orcs around.
You got dodge?
finally.
Have you got dodge?
See how's it? He hasn't got dodge. He's still working on it.
No.
He's still working on it. Pretty keen to get it,
Yeah, I can't seem
especially
to,
after this game.
can't seem to crack
Oh, I was going to say, if he wants to try and delete some pieces, now's the time to start fouling.
Yep, while you got the numbers. And it stopped raining around here, which is awesome. You guys will be
Yes.
able to hear us a little bit better now. Sun's coming out.
It's called the Sunshine
No,
Coast
it's
for a
not
reason, I'm
tropics.
guessing. It's called Sunny Coast for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you reckon you're going to see a throw, pick up and pass? Or just a slow move?
I think the throw's going for it.
Yep.
Gutter runner's got a 12 agi, whereas the thrower is 3 up with a sure hands.
Oh, he's
and
got the
pass.
sure hands. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Actually, that is probably a first skill I'd be giving on someone is sure hands.
That's why I gave my first Orc Blitzer, sure hands.
Ah, right.
I only really developed my blitzers. End up with block, tackle, mighty blow on the majority of them.
Oh, wow.
3, 4, 5, 6. 2 dice block.
Okay, here we go. He's trying to take down the troll.
And he goes down. That's it. The giant killer. Boom. And does he cut it? Does he cut it? Does he cut it? 8.
Nope.
Nope.
Not today.
Close,
No.
but no cigar.
Giant killer he is, but yeah.
Again, if he really wants to.
Foul. And definitely don't do it with a gutter runner. Use your lineman for that. All your kids at home.
Yes. Yeah, whatever you do, don't try and use the most expensive piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few things that the Norse team actually has that they do well. It's a boar pig for 20k.
Yep, exactly.
Otherwise known as a fouling piece.
Yeah, what is the cost of the beer ball?
20k.
For a strength 1,
For a strength 1, agility 3+. It's got a special rule. Any knocked down players on your side can get up on a 5
kind of like
at the end of the
okay.
opposition turn, which is great. So it's like have a jump up type thing. But
True.
yeah, and for 20k though, like you can buy 2 of them, put them in 2 into a team, and even if one gets sent off for fouling, you got another one to come out and do the same thing. And surprisingly, no one bothers hitting them. I mean,
Because
they're
they
titchy.
think that they're
Well, armor 6, I think, or armor 5. Titchy. They can't have no hands, obviously, so they're not really a threat, or so you think, until someone starts bashing you with them. Then they get really. Then you suddenly start get the urge to help them.
Mm-hmm. So let's have a look. He's got the ball. He's moved as far as he can.
He's just taking a slow grind up at
He's
the moment.
got options more on the left-hand side of his, but I could be completely wrong.
Well, with that ability to pass, the gutter runner down the bottom of the screen hasn't moved up, so he's not really trying to put any pressure on the line there.
But he's
But he has
forcing
said,
Chris to he's gonna have to commit to a side, and Scavenger fast enough to just switch it
I
off.
was going to say, he can commit right at the last second if he needs to.
Yeah.
Troll is back up.
Blitzing troll. No vomit today.
On my line rat. Ah! Up! Up! Would you believe it if I
Your line that didn't know.
Oh,
I would, but no.
Would you believe it if he's got done?
Would you believe he's got dodge? I think Steven needs a shirt with that on it. Do you believe it's not butter?
yeah.
Yep.
8, that's a break. And 8 is a
Eight, not
KO. See you later, son.
Down.
He's like, he punched you and then you punched him.
He
He's like,
did.
I did my job.
He did his job.
I did my job.
Get up. You do want to get up. Just so you can punch him. Alright, 2 dice on that little line right.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Yep.
How that little
But
line.
he's getting the these dice
that's
are rolling pretty hot at the moment.
Yeah, I think towards the end of that first half, he just is coming to his own with the dice rolls.
Yeah, well, the armor is obviously just weakened from all the punching it's receiving, so
There's a lot of superstition and psychology involved in the old game.
God, I don't want this to kick there.
what's he doing? Is he coming up? It's almost like rugby league. Hold the line. Hold the line.
Oh man. Okay. Okay, so what Chris is doing here, I think he's done the old red herring and given Steve the idea that he's going to wait there for him. Now he's going to push him all up.
It looks like, I don't know, he's
Those pieces in the middle are going to be able to push to either side of the pitch and put pressure on.
My turn too, right?
That was a quick turn too.
It was, yeah.
Nice. 2 blocks thrown. That was it.
Another rat missing.
So yeah, Chris kind of won the line of scrimmage at the end of that first turn.
Mm-hmm.
The first round, I should say, was the deleting a rat,
Got some boys coming in.
and he's got 2 guys coming up to support, which means that he can afford to have that line collapse again because he's got 2 to replace and to reinforce it. So he's really forcing Stephen to make a decision. Is he going to go down one side or the other? And at that point, Chris can actually bring up that side to defend, whilst sweeping with the other.
And Steve's now taking his time. He's thrown him a curveball with that setup.
I must admit, it would put me off too. Actually,
Yeah.
you can't just sprint away and score quickly. You need to actually get down there and work it. You are literally having to work if it's going to be a 3-turn touchdown, not a 2-turn touchdown.
Is that a 4? Is that a strength 4?
Who you doing? Oh, you're not doing anything. He stood up and moved in.
Yeah.
I just do that.
Supporting to give that additional point.
Okay, so he's committing to the line of scrimmage.
3, 4, 5. 2 dice
On the big orc.
Exactly. This is your blitzer. He still hasn't got dodge, Stephen.
Mate, you gotta start learning how to get dodge, man.
Yes. Start getting dodge.
No. Another weird sneak.
Again.
Still no way to break that.
That
armor.
orc armor is just too tough for words. It's the one thing we were talking about, what lineman do you think? And you were saying the dwarves,
Not
orcs,
Yeah.
solid across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it 3, 3, and 10?
Yeah.
So
He's going to blitz the troll, isn't he?
I think the dwarves are just too slow, personally.
You haven't played against Julian's dwarfs then. He's got a blodging dwarf runner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's only 6.
Hey.
Oh, that's only a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Frenzy.
I'm going to have to, because Chris hasn't named his players, I shall name that troll Fluffy.
10. So close, but no cigar.
Yeah, that Fluffy survives again. Actually, the one good thing about doing this on the commentating and watching this thing is you can actually say these things out loud.
Yes.
It's the number of times I've been watching there going, oh.
Yeah. I've had to bite my tongue many times. Walk up to a table, you see they're like, oh, it looks like someone's about to get a pass off. And you're like, oh, shit, better not say that.
No. I actually was watching, I think it's Dave from Heretics Haven.
Yep.
I was watching Dave and another player at the tournament who does Nurgle.
Yep.
And so Dave was playing Norse and the other guy was playing Nurgle, and the guy was playing Nurgle, he obviously hadn't played with the team a great deal, and Dave's like, oh man, you should, that guy there, and was just literally helping the guy try to beat him. At the end of it, the guy's turning around and gone, why aren't you playing Nurgle? You know how to play this. And he goes, oh no, I wanted to play Norse for a change. But it was just such a good game to watch, and just the banter between the two players was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And the fact is, he was helping the guy, not actually dictating the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you wanted to, you could do this. Here we go. Stevens looks like he's going to be committing to the left-hand side.
Left hand side, yeah. Are we going to see a sneaky pass, or is that thrower going to just push up?
I think play the odds and push up, personally.
Take backsies. Okay, looks like he's forming a cage.
Yep.
Simple handoff. 1 dice roll. Add you 2. And he's within striking range.
Yep. He's just trying to tie up what he can at the moment. Because the players on the bottom end of the pitch, it'll take 2 turns to get across there. But they may be able to hold off, especially if those blitzers can actually blitz into the cage.
Oh, absolutely.
No, he's not. He's not doing the. He didn't declare the pass.
He didn't pass it.
He's formed the cage. It's all ready to go. So he's looking. As I said, it's a minimum 3 turn.
First thing we have to do is stand up Mr. Troll.
Well, the super
Alright,
trolls.
come on, Fluffy.
Really stupid, and he's
And
up.
Fluffy's up.
Not very often, is it? He's
Fluffy
not
was just a bit of a
great
slow
with
starter. He needed to build up to that kind of motion. I mean,
He's kind of lacking confidence at the beginning.
yeah, he was. He was really let down by himself. But he's now got
He's
it
out-
behind him.
He's come off from half time.
Yeah.
He's had a talking to by his coach, and he's feeling good about himself.
I think the oranges helped. Actually, if he throws a blitz with that orc, takes out that line rat, he'll be able to move straight up onto the thrower and put a lot of pressure on him to start with.
He has options.
Yeah, he can even just block with that orc, get the guy out the way, and then use a blitzer up, and may even be able to get to the ball carrier.
Maybe he should stick to his game plan and not push up.
That's true. But if you have a chance to take the ball carrier out.
Catch him off guard, though.
Yeah, well, at the moment,
Yeah, and if we can knock him down.
no, you don't. You got a free reroll. Feel free. Good boy. That's what you
Yeah,
want.
it's worth it.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Some pressure on that ball.
It does, but now the opportunity for the blitzer is there.
Yeah, not too bad. We no complain about that.
Two turns into the second half.
And Skaven haven't got it across halfway.
No, that's very
This is
uncharacteristic
really unusual.
for the rats. Put these rats under pressure.
Well, that's exactly the thing. The more pressure you can build on them, you can try and force a mistake. At this point, he could move. He could afford to move those players up to pin them in.
That'd be a step ahead of Coach Stephen.
All still in the middle of the pitch. That, as much as I can really do from that.
A lot less blocks been thrown this half by the Orcs.
So the Orcs are actually blocking strategically. I'm going to go with.
Very cunning. Just forcing as many tackle zones for him to dodge through as possible.
Yep. Well, Stephen set up that cage on the the left-hand side.
I think
Will he
it's
be
a
able to switch back and come
distraction.
back? You reckon it's a distraction for him? Where are the...
It looks like the way to go.
For any other movement 6 team, I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
With a movement 9 team,
The only thing that
not so
Anything's
much.
possible.
Yeah,
Well,
here we go. See,
there's Black Hawk on a ball carrier, so he's got dice to throw before he moves the ball.
well, he's going to have to pull back at least 1 or 2 players to try and get the 2 dice block.
Yes.
It's a good name for a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think Chris has done really well to put pressure on the ball carrier.
I think he's done extremely well to do it. This is something you don't see from Skaven very often, is when you are being forced into having to readjust your game plans.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thinking on his feet.
Steven's now trying to ponder how to get rid of that strength 4 Black Orc.
Gutter runners.
Well, if you pull it back, they won't be in a striking position, so...
The game's getting a little bit intense. There's a little bit less banter from the two.
Yeah. Steven's looking for a way just to try and free up his thrower and then make a break.
If he plays like he has been playing all game, those gutter runners are going to run around and give him an assist. You potentially even blitz with the ball carrier thrower and plan for another turn touchdown rather than scoring straight away.
Yep.
At the moment, he's probably in the most positive position. It is a draw, but he has the ball.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Hit you in the 4. 2 dice block. 3, 4, 5. And still no dodge.
It still doesn't have dodge. Oh, thought he would have developed dodge by now, surely. Nope. Trying to break that armor. Good luck.
4 armor breaks. No fault of his own. Old armor, like you said, is extremely hard to get through.
Well, considering they stole all their armor from the dwarves, yes, I can completely understand.
7.
Okay, he's looking for the... it's not a 2 dice block on there yet.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Oh no, he was there, wasn't he?
He's checking out, see where things are going to go. Actually, that defensive setup from Chris is actually far more effective than I thought it was. It's forcing Stephen to literally choose a side, which is something he in the previous half he didn't have to do.
No.
He's looking to try and get a 2 dice block onto Fluffy.
But I realistically think Chris is playing for the draw. I think if this goes to overtime, Chris is going to have the upper hand, surely because of the players being off the pitch. He's one gutter runner in the casual bin so far.
But Krieg comes back then.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're
So
right.
no, I think Chris is playing for the mistake. He's looking for Stephen to try and get the ball up, to get the ball handed off to someone, possibly a drop ball or a movement where he can actually get a power onto a blodger, take that ball, and then grind his way upfield quickly.
He's going to move and then do a pass.
Here we go.
Throwing
He's
the
declared the
pass,
pass.
okay.
He's gonna throw.
He's going to throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And he's throwing the pass to...
On a 2 plus. 2 plus. Picking up on a 2 plus. Short pass. Innards.
No, you're right. I'm happy with let's
Pick the side.
There we go.
2 plus.
Pass
Yep.
is
Catch it.
Pick up.
catch.
And he caught it easily.
Complete pass. Fantastic.
10 for the season.
All right. Let's see.
8 passes. Oh, I need to learn to count.
2 plus 2 plus. You should be doing it.
Every time, that's what you should be doing.
Especially the first 2 plus have got a rewrite.
Alright. He's going to throw a block to him.
Okay, this is it. Can Fluffy stand up?
2 plus. Yep. And that is a 5, 6, 2 dice. Power
Oh, I still haven't found the dodge.
No, he still hasn't got a dodge on his troll. It's a shame. I would have thought a troll with dodge would have been amazing.
I'm going to write Games Workshop
Yeah.
email.
I'll,
Trolls with dodge.
I'll save up my 8 points on my big guy to get a dodge on him.
And last but not least, you two, what do you want to do? What do you two want to do?
And Fluffy survives again.
He's immortal.
Alright, he's going to dodge out.
Here we go. This is where things can go pear-shaped.
And he
Except
does
if
it
you're
easy.
Skaven.
7.
The ball carrier hasn't activated.
You don't get lost.
Would you do the 3 rolls
No,
for the 3 dodges?
not with your defense the way it is.
Needs to just. That's going to be hard.
He's going to need to next turn to blitz someone out the way to then at least
two
get it down
turns.
to one or 2 dodges. But look at that! Look at that speed!
Yep. Just
Look at
like
that!
He
Just
has
incredible. You
numbers.
cannot set defense for that. There's no structured defense that can defend against something that moves that
What
fast.
have you done, sir?
All you can do now is to hope to God you can blitz in with a tackler and knock him out.
Well, he has committed to that side.
Which means that he can fold his players around there now.
Yep.
Stand up.
No, Fluffy!
Fluffy,
No,
no.
Fluffy! Oh, Fluffy was always critical, I disagree. Well, Fluffy was on his feet, there was always danger.
Now, to remind our viewers, this is a college division grand final for the Sunshine Coast Blood Bowl League. It's been a hard fought season for all coaches. We have been sort of, I don't know what the right words are. We had a few COVID matches in the middle of the season, which has allowed a few of the teams to get draws, which I think, in all fairness, there was probably a couple of teams there that had it played out every match. Could have been in this game just as much as anyone else, but you can't plan for these things.
Yeah, surprisingly, you can't plan for the end of the world, so you just sort of work with it.
Yeah.
Okay, now that he's committed, so can Chris. This is literally going to force Stephen to have to score. If not in his next turn, then it'll have to be the turn after, because with the enfolding orcs coming around, he doesn't get he can't afford to be locked in.
He's trying to figure a way to hit the ball carrier, or he's gonna keep playing. Let
Well,
Steve
so
make the mistake.
Would you throw into a column defense and then try to force him?
What has he done to you, man? He hasn't done anything at all. He just stood there and like, hey.
Literally one, you know.
No, the fact is, we just want him to show us how to dodge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, he's got
But
blocked.
I've got block.
Oh.
Famous words.
Yes.
And if he had got rid of him, that would have
Would have
been
been
a lot better.
phenomenal,
That's
but
where I
no.
wanted to be.
So he's got 2 players to get to move down the bottom, is that right?
Mhm.
So to put him up into a column defense to try and force a lot more, at least if he blitzes for 1, he'd have to make a 1, 2, 3 dodge roll again. Or is he going
I
to
would
try and
say be
tag?
prepared for everything.
Well, I was going to say, it looks like he's going to tag up.
Yep.
Yep. But he needs to get those other players there to force more dodges.
He's blitzing.
Okay, he's going to put pressure on the ball carrier
I
again.
hope it goes well.
It's a push.
I've got block.
Really, Stephen? Really? You
Those
really
ants-
got...
You've
those
got
ants
block.
are
You really got... block?
Those ants aren't just for show.
Yeah, this
Yep.
could be worse.
It's forcing a block to start with. It's
Keeping the 3 rerolls. Maybe Chris is thinking it is going to go to overtime. And that would be a huge, huge bonus to have at least 1 reroll coming into...
I have to say that was true at the end of my game. I ended up having 2 rerolls, whereas Josh had none.
Yep, huge.
It's massive. So is he looking? Yep, he's done a column. He's there to defend that side. So now, if he blitzes, he's gonna have to dodge past 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's gonna help me, don't
4 squares at least.
Oh, you should have. Sorry, God, not near it all, mate. You've been.
Come dodge out so I can learn how to do shadowy.
I don't think so. Your fault. My fault. Your fault.
Okay,
Southampton
fourth turn.
definitely slowed him down.
Yes.
That defense.
That was that defense. I must admit, I'm very impressed.
4 turns.
4 turns.
And he's close, but if he hadn't have done that, probably would have been 2-1 by now.
Yeah. Then Chris would have been trying to drive back to try and get a score. Whereas at the moment, I think... I won't say Chris has the upper hand, but he certainly has a lot better defence than he has the entire game.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And with the Rat Ogre so far away from the action, I'm thinking it's not going to be easy to try and blitz in and knock anyone out.
Score on the last one? 4 turns to score?
4 turns score. Steve's doing the math.
That's... Could this be a Skaven grind?
Anything's possible.
Wouldn't be a grind so much as a slow file, I guess.
It's something. Yeah, and Chris calls it if we're here till extra time. Goes to midnight.
Solid choice.
Wow, your final was a long one.
It was, considering how
3.5
fast we were
hours.
playing,
Yeah.
like we were knocking over a half in an hour.
24 turns.
Yeah, it was just so long.
Where's the car?
There's the power.
Ah, he's doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
no worries. And it's a pow down to there.
Takes him down.
Follow up.
He follows up to try and keep him out of the play. No, doesn't follow it.
See if we can break some armor.
Friendly.
Nope, no. Orc armor.
Oh, that's horrible.
Too tough for words.
It is. It is.
That's where Chris should be saying, do you have Mighty Blow?
Changes a lot.
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Geez, that fast.
It's just insanely quick. And that dirty rat is way, way, way back.
Yep.
So essentially what he needs to do is he's trying to blitz a strength 4 piece out the way.
A
To
push
hand
is
off.
good sometimes.
So a push would do it, but to blitz him out the way and then hand off to try and get the run through. Ooh.
2, 3, 4 on the 3.
Okay.
2 dice.
He's tied up from there. So there's a strength 3
4, 5.
on a.
Yep. 2 dice there.
Take the pow.
Oh, why would you take the power? It seems,
Yeah,
seems
why would
crazy.
I just...
He's gonna follow up. That area there. 8, 9.
Oh, so nowhere near it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, you just don't even bother trying to delete them on their feet.
I think that fouling might come in handy.
Fouling would be ridiculously good. I'm actually surprised that they haven't done it yet. On the very, very few times that Chris had an opportunity to do it to a Skaven player, I suppose there's so many players coming on the field anyway, there's no need.
You can just switch that up. With virtually no dice rolls, he can be on the exact opposite side of the field.
Yeah. But generally by himself.
Yeah.
He's looking to build a cage.
Chris, use the blue ones for the gutter runners. That's for his benefit, not Stephen's.
And this is where I think Skaven do get a little bit less good at sevens.
Because the pitch
is
the pitch,
yeah, the width of the pitch. You're taking away so much, and it also means that there is so much more ability to push them out.
I've actually found that I've had the most success in sevens with elves.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the tier-based skill upgrade, have you done that?
Haven't done that yet, no.
Look, you take high elves, and you end up with a bludger that moves 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's passing, keep a high elf thrower.
Yep.
It's like I said, I've probably had my most success with high elves and sevens. I've played quite a few teams. I've played probably more games with Chaos Chosen,
Mm-hmm.
but no, the high elves definitely over the school. Very much a threat.
There we go. Chris may have to dodge in if he's going to blitz. Yeah, he's practicing the go for it.
I might do what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's gonna go there.
And suddenly the trapdoor opens.
Wow.
Look at that.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go for it. Yeah,
Here we go.
go for it. To there. And for shits and giggles, go to it to there. Alright, that's good.
From one
Makes it
side of the
easy.
field to the other.
He's got 2 dice uphill there, right? Yep. And he stood
He's
up.
patient. He's trying to score, but he's not trying to score this turn.
Yeah.
He hasn't done his yet. He's gonna throw a block there. 2 plus. Yep.
Oh.
And that's a 5, 6. Yep. 2 dice. Still haven't learned dodge.
Oh, it doesn't have dodge. Oh. I thought he would have had dodge by now. It's just crazy.
Put them both down together, lying down this side by side. 8, 9.
It's wishful thinking. Maybe he thinks if he says dodge enough, it'll come true.
It'll just, yeah.
I think we should have a tally.
I think. Hey, is Stephen's shirt going to say dodge on it?
Yes.
Okay, that's
It is.
good.
Alright, he's gonna dodge out. 3 plus. Burn a reroll for that.
Oh, well, there
Ooh,
you
here
go.
it happens.
Yep. 1, 2.
First failed dodge.
That's his first failed dodge.
And it's not like he hasn't been doing them.
A bucket load of them.
Yeah.
I guess that is all me. Done.
Wow.
Okay.
All me done.
Now, would you play it out, and do you risk the 3 plus dodge to get a blitz,
Do you let him score?
or do you let him score?
You have to
Ooh.
put pressure on him, otherwise he will
Yeah.
stall. Or at least that's how I see it. So he's got to at least pressure the ball carrier
Mm-hmm.
and force him in, and that gives you 3 turns. And he did it last half. 3 turns and he was able to score. Chris was.
Yeah. But if he can knock the ball carrier down, is that the bottom? Is that one of his mercenaries with a tackle?
Yes.
So that would be the perfect guy to 3 plus dodge through that gap there.
leave it. Let's do it.
By the way, I love the paint scheme.
Chris is pondering now.
He's deep in thought.
Yeah. Well, he knows that he doesn't. He can see the blitz. He can see how to get to it. The problem is though that is also the only player that has a chance of defending against a rush down that side. But with Stephen's dodges that he's been playing, would you bother? He can get up there. Oh, he's going through.
Okay.
He's actually decided not to risk the three up dodge to get through to have a blitz onto the ball carrier.
The mere mortal orcs can't seem to get across the table as quick as the Skaven.
Nowhere near it. Like those 9 squares.
No dice rolled yet. That's smart.
Yeah, save your dice rolls for when you need them. Oh, maybe you can blitz with Fluffy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy crap, you could. It's a go for it, go for it.
Projectile vomit gets straight through that blodging armor.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's blitz. Alrighty.
He's moved over.
Oh no.
Okay, he's
Okay.
playing in
He's got
defense.
rerolls. Let's see what he can do.
He has block.
Burn it. Burn it, Chris.
Yep, he's doing it. Here we go.
Nicely done.
He got it.
How? Does he have a side step? Oh, moving there.
Oh, oh, goddamn cardboard armor.
Rats and rats. Okay, what have we got?
He just needs one more piece that can actually get across. Even if he has to throw a go for it to get into that lane.
So, I need to put 2 tries. Two dice.
2 dice again. Come on, Chris.
What are you doing?
You shouldn't have followed up
Shouldn't follow up what?
your blitz.
Yeah. Stevens pointed out the hole in the defense there.
Harder space for me to tackle through. You left it massive open gap there for me.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Live and learn.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
is like, oh well, live and learn.
Well, let's just try and
Really?
take some pieces away from you, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
You know, every line red is a touchdown. Take it.
They're like
Take his life.
Oh, nicely
Take his
done.
life.
Break it. No.
No.
Just stunned him.
No mighty blow?
I think Stevens pointed out exactly.
You're probably right. Yeah. But the trouble
it's
is,
just a-
he can stand up and you can actually blitz me for 2 dice. So I come unstuck the other way as well.
No, 1 dice.
Yeah, but he stands up.
Gutter on us.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think Chris had to make the choice, but
But he can't.
Hey, it's a
fail.
shame that he didn't actually go for it with the other guy.
Well,
Or at least
because
go for it for one.
No, oh yeah,
So it's 2 skulls. He's got
But it's hindsight's 2020.
absolutely,
control.
absolutely.
Nope, Fluffy does not get up.
Chris is no slouch.
Anybody.
He made the choice,
Yeah, 4.
preparing for the blitz to come through.
That's your 5. I'm not going to give you an extra chance.
That's not going to give you an extra turn. I'm going to let you score now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One rush.
One go for it, yeah.
Still hunting for 2 dice blocks.
Yeah, every time you get a 2 dice block, though, you always open yourself up to a double skull. Hasn't got dodge. And still has no dodge. Nope.
Just kill
Just
one.
kill one. No, not happening.
1, 3, 4, 5. 2 dice. Push. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Touchdown.
Yep.
Up.
In and done.
Okay, 3 turns.
Okay, so Chris has to receive and then move at full 6s every turn.
Yeah, I saw you follow up.
Knowing Coach Stephen with his kick, this is the only time I think kick ability is a really, really important one.
You have a 2 dice.
I would almost
Well, no, 2
be
dice
willing to
with
throw it
a blitz, so-
3 and 3 rather than 4 and 4.
But you would have just blitzed through. Hey? Huh? No, we can talk about it then.
4.
No. Yeah, that's what I was.
Alright, time for you to come on the pitch.
There we go.
Here we go.
Here comes
Krieg.
Krieg again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Essentially, we're looking to hold that at least one side.
11.
So Krieg on one side, Rat Ogre on the other side.
Wow, it's chilly here in the Sunshine Coast today.
It's a whole 18 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm from Rockhampton, man. It was
Yeah.
40 degrees and it was cool.
Ha.
Live at the base of Mount Archer, you're sitting there in humidity, going, someone turns around and goes, oh, gee, the Rocky can be quite hot. And if after you've punched him in the face for saying something so obvious, we weren't exactly the most calm and concise people up there. Yeah, so here we go. Looking
Alright,
at,
so you're right. Krieg's going to take one side.
yep, and the Rat Ogre pulling the other. No, he's going to put the Rat Ogre.
Ogre's got
to
the
select.
movement. Putting
Yeah.
him in the center is not terribly bad. There's no way anyone's going to run down the sideline in fear of being surfed. So 6 squares, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
With 3 rerolls on his side, he'll be looking at trying to take out just hold him out for turns. So yeah, look, column defense is turning up now.
Yep.
I think and a very strong, obviously right hand defense. So quite happy to let 4 gutter runners on one side,
Now,
because those 4 gutter runners mean nothing because they can get to the other side of the pitch in one turn.
look, kick is going to dominate Chris's choice.
It's a real shame that Bomber Dribble
Where
Snot
you
wasn't
going,
around.
big boy? No, we need that ball and chain for a while.
That Fluffy takes the centre as normal.
Yeah.
Not that keen on that. I think you are.
So I noticed with the lighting effect on this, you're using that lamp. What is the actual lamp you're using? Or what is the setup?
It's a light ring, and we're using a Logitech webcam.
Okay, because it's getting quite good.
I think it's better as it gets darker.
Yeah.
It's helping.
So where actually do you pick those up if you're looking to buy a light ring?
JB Hi-Fi.
JB Hi-Fi. Okay. And how much are they normally?
I think I paid $80 or $90 for the light ring.
wow, that's
and
good.
The webcam we got on special was around the same price, $100.
So setting up your own streaming area, quite happy to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's early days. We've had the channel for 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're getting stronger each video we do.
I'd like to see more of the online ones that are running through. They're very sporadic when they come up.
Yep.
So I was watching Sound of Tilt versus, I think, Chaos Theory.
Yep.
And I was looking at it going, oh, cool, where's yours? They said you've only got one up there at the moment. So you've got your, when you played the Tomb Kings, I'm waiting to see another one of your get matches.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Carl takes care of all the online stuff. I don't really have too much to do with that, except for playing in the league.
So there we go. So if you were Stephen, where would you put your kick?
Okay, let's have a look. Blitzes. Yeah, on this side,
On that side
same
there.
side as Creek.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somewhere.
Okay.
Kick me the ball.
Kick me the ball.
Kick me in the
Oh,
balls.
kick it out.
There you go.
A little
Here
bit
we
more
are.
funny says. Let's see how close to the touchdown zone you can get.
8 to the 2.
8 and 2.
Not
Oh,
terrible.
that's a great little place to put it. That's a long walk.
8.
Hey,
Changing weather.
changing weather.
Whoa! You wanna roll one?
Please let it not be blizzard.
Go.
It's a 7.
Oh, it's just clear conditions.
3 scatters. Ooh.
3 scatters and down.
6.
6. Straight forward.
Yep. 6.
Straight forward.
Can't bounce
8.
out.
8.
1 to the side there.
Oh, it's a shame. If we'd gone out the side, it would have been. Oh, no, the bounce.
A 2. Oh,
Back in. Yeah.
Okay.
so close. So close.
Not
Could have
terrible.
been worse. Could have been better. I mean,
It would have been good for a touchback.
5.
very close to the touchback.
Let's see. We're going to bulldoze in this time. So obviously you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably there.
He's really hoping that he's going to pick that ball up then.
If you can't pick it up, it's game over.
Yes.
2 re-rolls.
Yeah.
Lights up there.
6. Can we bully these little bastards?
There's always that option.
They're not really that cute.
That's true. There's more skin than fur. These people.
Okay, get him in, tag him up.
Tag him up.
Good.
Hits him for 6. Get rid of another gutter runner.
3 and 2 dice. That's good.
Down you go, or down you go.
Probably take down you go.
Straps to the sides.
Step to the sides.
The sidestepping gutter runner.
Dangerous.
Yeah, horrific. And 7. Did you have Mighty Blow?
Mighty blow.
And let's see
Yeah,
you, son.
Another one.
Dead. He's dead.
Is
There
it
you
gonna
go.
matter?
10. Might be missing.
Miss next game.
Might be maybe a niggling injury. What's the time then?
Oh, no, I got it. There's another mat of this.
No. If you get a niggling injury.
So Stephen's not used as apothecary yet?
Don't worry about it then.
No.
Seriously injured.
No, he did.
Oh, he
On
did.
The first gutter on the
On the first gutter runner, yes, okay.
Okay. You don't really have to worry. But it's another little rat off the pitch, which is one big help.
Okay.
So we've got 2 guys blocked with 1 block there. Pound that little boy.
He's freed up that other black ball.
Okay.
5.2,
Right.
but it's a good block.
But now we can
regardless.
tag off the other. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Tag and hit. All right. What's Fluffy gonna do?
Vomit, vomit, vomit.
Come on,
Haven't
Fluffy.
seen Projectile vomit yet.
Oh no, he's gonna block first.
Don't fail your activation. Don't end your turn. Why not? Oh.
Dodge either, has he?
No, no.
Oh, he hasn't got dodge either. Oh, that's unusual for Stevens.
Still moving. Oh, that's
Oh yes,
Stay there for a while.
broke it.
Yeah,
Just
four's
stunning.
Not good enough.
yeah, ooh.
Come on, what's Fluffy doing? Oh, he's not going to use Fluffy this way.
Two dice there. So was the black ball.
Double skull.
So
Oh,
was the
double
black
skull.
ball.
Time for a
Ooh.
reroll.
Skull.
They've been like this all day.
Moving
Pick the ball
up.
up while you still got a reroll.
Gonna say, well, you move Fluffy is fine.
No, not you.
Wrong one.
Nice
Got
one.
it.
Does he need to rush?
Yeah.
No, go on, give me your 6.
Alrighty.
I'm coming for you, baby.
Turn 6.
So Chris has 3 turns to get 18 squares.
And then
3, 6. Yes, he can do there,
one,
Just.
but he needs to keep moving at 6 a turn. He can't afford to stop. He can't
Getting
afford
that
to slow
going is
down.
going to definitely
gonna
help.
go down the wing.
It's going to go down the wing. He's going
Three.
straight ahead.
That's it.
Alright.
Krieg's just having a bit of fun now.
We're gonna turn.
He's
This
going
way.
to turn in. He's turning in.
He's turning in. We got
He's going
4.
straight ahead.
That's
Oh.
it.
Now we're going for 3.
That's it. Now we want 3 or a 1. You
It's
got a 5. No,
taking out your man.
it's taking out my man.
Here we go.
He just, nah, he just pushes. He just all down. He just pushes him into motion.
Okay, and then
Break your guy's armor.
break my armor.
Yep.
And
That'll do it.
9
Injury.
and 7. Is a focus down.
That's mighty blow, so it should be taken off.
Doesn't get to roll over.
True.
No rover. No rover base open.
Going
And
4 and 1.
5.
Right.
There we go. He's gonna
also, he
take
didn't
one.
roll any combat dice for it.
That's it.
Sorry?
Didn't roll a combat dice for it with the guy on the ground.
Go that way. And 4.
Straight ahead.
Yay! Finally.
3 dice. Oh,
Pow! I'm gonna power you there.
Yep.
To there. So be down there.
Following.
And he's gonna turn that way like, hello.
I don't know, that's his last one.
Hello there.
He's
Well, I could go for it.
What's the
7, 8. He's only got mighty blow.
Yeah.
He's only
All
mighty
right,
blow.
that was fun while it lasted.
No, it was good fun.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing wrong with that.
What do I wanna
Handoff. No animosity.
Yeah. He needs to keep deleting those gutter runners
Hmm.
on the way up the field.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Oh, he's going to go blitzing with the big bad
He
man.
hasn't failed a animal savagery yet either.
No. It's going to
I need
happen
to
sooner
count
or
up how
later.
many ones he's rolled. They've all come into the armor break rather than the dodges and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. Here we go. He's blitzing onto the black.
Yay!
He got it.
He's going to man the match
1,
today.
2.
He's been doing pretty well, I must admit.
That's a 2 dice there. And
No, still haven't learned to dodge.
no dodge yet.
No.
No dodge yet.
No dodge yet. I still work on it. I will say, no, so far for me, obviously the gutter runners are the big winners, the big players. But I think that frenzying thrower so far for me has been the most outstanding player of the day
Yeah.
so far.
That one play alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has actually turned the game on its head.
Yeah. From Chris having
Dominating that side.
dominating
Yeah.
to
And then,
having being 1-0 down at turn 5,
Yep.
turn 4, first half.
And then
Oh, yeah, yeah, right. All good.
But it's not over.
It's not over yet, no. I mean, in fact, that push kind of helped Chris a little bit.
Okay, Chris, what do you got up your sleeve?
All right, he needs to rush and hit hard. See, this is where Fluffy should have been doing something.
Throw teammate.
Throw other person's teammate.
Yeah, that would be cool if you could.
That would be a really good effort, I reckon.
A few people have brought this up with me. Could you intercept a throw teammate? I mean, it's not in the rules, but
well, the thing is, though,
it
counts as a pass.
Yeah,
it counts as a pass. I can't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Interesting.
Admittedly, that would be like being hit by the player.
Yeah,
Which, if you're willing to take it, if you're a snotling or something like that, and you're willing to take it, absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although I'd like to see a cloudburster with a throw teammate, that'd be awesome.
Is that legal?
I don't think so. It's a passing skill. I don't think any big guy gets a passing skill.
This cloudburst is the one where it never
gets
lands
intercepted, and it's always a safe throw.
Yep, always a safe throw. Passing is a secondary.
Passing is a secondary. So, because I was pondering it the other day.
Ogre blockers. Passing is secondary. Runt punting as a primary. Interesting.
And that doesn't count as a thrown teammate, by the way. Punting it, you can actually punt the guy without actually using up your passing.
Correct. Very clever.
Well, they need something, because goddamn. So it looks like Chris didn't actually get his blocks that he needs. He can move his player, so not a good point.
Yeah, he should be further up pitch.
Yep. That failed roll has really put him out now.
He's going to foul.
No, I think he's just holding, trying to force him down that way.
4, 3, 2 dice. Uphill. Sit down.
Oh, 2 dice uphill. Go on.
The mind games.
Nah. It's alright. It's okay. My turn 5 done.
That was your 6.
Oh, my turn 6 done. Sorry, my bad.
3
So
turns.
3 turns, he's got to get up there.
It's mathematically.
He can do
Yes.
it. He can do it. He just needs to
Looking at
hit and
Steven's
move.
defense from the rest of the game, it's going to be hard fought.
So with that rat ogre there really pushing in. So Krieg's got another victim to lined up.
Chew toy.
Very true.
Go for the doctor at some stage. What are we going to do here?
Yeah, I don't think there's any other way you can do it but straight up that side. You can't switch it up. He's just going to lose
He can
too
switch
much.
to the centre, but again, that would just allow him to enfilade him.
Yep.
Cut. Oh, go on. Get out of it. Get out
See that there? You open him up.
Get out of it.
Breaks.
The break. And that's a
Kills
goodbye.
Another one.
Delete.
Dying.
That's an impressive casualty box.
Dead. Dead.
And another dead one. He is Chris the
Dead.
Exterminator.
Absolutely.
That's probably true.
How many rats you killed?
Stand your blitzer up, Chris. Get ready.
Still too far away to score. There's still too many rats over there.
That's all here. I
I
know
hope
that
to
dealing with
win.
Krieg. The agility of a Black Orc is 4, isn't it?
I've got to go the shortest way to heaven here.
Shortest way to heaven. Come on, Chris.
I've only got 2 more turns. Going through the middle somehow.
Yeah, so he's got support players at the back there that can advance up and to cover the rear so that it doesn't get blitzed from
sure I can
behind.
find something to do.
But you've got plenty of rats to throw my way, haven't you?
Yeah, Chris is right.
Yeah, but if all it takes is a failed dodge.
Throw my way. Okay. 1. Oh, can you do it?
Yeah.
He's
I
tagging
just
off.
don't know, hey.
Do I blitz that one without 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Go for it. To try and blitz someone.
Oh, it's only a 2. Anything but a 1,
Oh, I've got
which
one.
we've banned
Blood
in.
Bowl 1.
Yeah, which we've
Comes
banned
up
that
far
saying.
more often than 1 in 6.
Yeah, we role play game and Warhammer and things like that. We actually banned that. Oh, anything but a 1. So if you say that, then you automatically stop, look at the player, and go, "What were you thinking? Why did you do that to me?"
Yeah, that's funny. Stand your blitzer up, Chris.
Come on.
2 dice there. It's all on you, Black Hawk.
Let's go.
The history of Blood Bowl.
Let's go.
Here we
Tell
go.
me about Blood Bowl.
Let's go. Push.
No, she's got right up this. Can't follow up. No, no. Get blitzing. It's probably.
He's thinking outside the box, that's for sure.
Okay, the brand new plan now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All he's got to do is get the ball back to halfway, and he has an opportunity then for a 2-turn touchdown.
On the troll, and he makes it.
Go, Fluffy!
Yay!
Fluffy for the win!
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. For blitz. 1
You went the other way.
Oh, a 1 dice.
I thought you were going to blitz a hit.
Fuck no. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1 dice blitz.
That's a 3, 4, 5, 27.
Oh, what am I doing?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I thought you were blitzing with him.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, well,
Chris having a bit of brain fog there, but it happens.
Let's before we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It still might be on the cards. I've got to get rid of them.
I was going to say,
1, 2.
if you're going to blitz, I'd be blitzing with a Black Orc.
6 to there. We got 6 to there.
Okay, good set. All he can do is, if he can try and ignore Krieg, I guess is probably the only option he's got. Step into there. You don't want to give him the opportunity to hit you.
It's definitely not over, but
No, he's
it's
pushing up.
definitely uphill for Chris.
I think if he runs for that back player, there's a chance he can actually get in, go for it, and put him into a position where he hasn't used his blitz yet,
Yeah.
and he opens up a hole there on that guy. This is a possibility.
Am I wasting dice there or 2 dice up here?
I actually thought Fluffy was blitzing as well. That's why I was so for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in fact, I wouldn't have even blitzed. I'd have gone up and vomited.
Yeah, exactly. Straight to armor break.
I was going to say, if you do succeed on a straight to armor break, Krieg's deleted off the field.
True.
You make him come to one of these, don't you? 5, 6, 7. He's still scared. No. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which way is Chris going? I think he's being fascinated by Krieg.
You're gonna have to haul ass, Chris. Come on.
I was going over there. Let's just
There's 2 dice uphill. No.
4, 5, 6, 2 dice.
Let's go.
2 dice. On the big fella.
On the big one.
There he goes. Down he wants to go.
Okay, well he's...
Baggy is getting out there.
Does Juggernaut do anything for Skull?
Oh, he broke
That's
him.
a break.
Can we
Late in the
take out?
game.
Delete him. Delete him.
If
It ignores fan.
No, just a
face
stunned.
down, and if I roll a double skull, it becomes a push. Juggernaut has the additional skill that if you roll a double skull in a blitz, you can choose to convert it into a block. A push.
Alright. So,
Where did you come from?
we just.
Which
gonna
is why
have to
Juggernaut
go
with
through
Frenzy is one of the most awesome blocks you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, powed it.
He's going straight back next to his mate. Where's he's there?
He's there, yeah, he's in that school.
Let's go forward.
8 is enough.
That's enough.
And stunned.
There's a lot of face downs.
So yeah, there's a...
That is a lot of face downs.
That should be good.
He's still hanging in there. Look, I'll help you out here. He can turn over.
He can turn
turn
over.
over.
Ah, turn 7. 7, 11.
It's been another really good game.
7, 11 is a story.
Yeah, that's all I'm hearing in the final series. A really good game. Really good game. Really good game.
It's very tactical. It isn't a one-sided affair, which is great to watch.
Yep, for sure.
So let's see. Go on. Double skull it, Stephen.
There hasn't been any catastrophic failures. Like, there's
No.
been, like, occasionally the dice haven't worked for each coach, but there hasn't been, like, first activation fail.
No,
Reroll
because
fail.
both these coaches are playing the game well, in that they're moving the things that need to be moved. They're not having to roll that dice until they need to have to
Yep.
roll that dice.
Very clever.
And as I said, at the moment, Stephen's got 3 rerolls left and Chris has got 1.
One.
So, again, both of which are playing to their strengths, not playing against it.
I rolled the direction first.
Here we go. So Krieg's going to see if this is it, if he can smash through. Will Stephen just go straight for the ball carrier? He's got 5 moves to get there. No, he's going away from the ball carrier.
3,
Straight
straight
in.
down.
Straight into it.
That is
And
a
2 dice.
2 dice.
2 dice.
And
You
that's
might
a
take
push.
the push.
I'll take the push to there. I'm gonna follow up. And it's your turn. This way.
In hindsight,
Yeah.
That way.
knowing where we're at in the game, do you think the star players have changed the outcome?
No,
Is a
That's good. That's what I like to hear.
2 dice.
I think that they've provided a challenge that they've been able to handle.
I think
And-
the fact that they both took ball and chains,
Yep.
this way.
Roll his arm.
like, honestly, if Steven took Hackflem, there's a pretty good chance
Number 3.
that Hackflem would have been doing some miraculous stuff. But he loses that added strength of
Yeah.
the strength 7 player.
And I think that would have actually not benefited him. Yes, he would have probably got that touchdown. It would still be 2-1
Yeah.
with Hackflam. But he would also be having Gutter Runner on the sidelines right now.
Yeah, 100%.
He's gonna go this way.
Here we go. Is he going to go for the ball carrier?
Hit the 4.
He goes.
Yeah.
5, 6, so 2 dice.
A push. There we go. That's alright.
I can live with that.
That's alright. Minimal carnage.
The minimal carnage.
Minimal
That's
carnage.
right.
That's,
I was going to say neither of them have put their ball and chains went for the go for it,
now is maximum
No.
effect. That's what I'm gonna do.
which probably in this
Actually, in the game, there's only really been a couple of tactical go for it. So there's been no, like you said, no needless need to
yeah.
roll dice.
avoid that additional rolls. This is the game where the dice essentially hate you.
So true.
All right,
3, 4, 3, 4, 5.
he's looking for a Chris. Oh, he didn't have dodge. Oh, it's a shame.
To his face, like that.
It's keeping him tagged. That frees up 2 of his players, gutter runners particularly.
And the way he uses them,
Mm.
Still
no,
nine.
no break,
Nobody, man.
Still nine.
no blitz yet, right?
Still nine.
No blitz yet.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blitz, go for him then.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
and there's 2 up.
Blitz. Yep. And that's a 1 dice.
No, 2 dice downhill, mate. That's guard and that's guard.
Oh, son of a motherless goat!
Think of it. You did let me take that back, so I'm quite happy for you to take that
He
back.
already rolled the dodge.
Look at it, ready?
Call it even.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then go for it. Oh no, I still got dodge. Yeah.
Hey?
Nah, I'll go for it. I'll take it.
He hasn't rolled the dice for go. No. No.
Oh,
He
no,
rolled
he
the
hasn't
dice to dodge.
He rolled the dice to dodge, but
Stephen, let me do
I
that,
think
so
that's
I'm-
fair.
I'm-
well, yeah, Stephen let him do something different, so you know, it's a fair game.
2 dice up for.
Thank you.
No, that's alright. You did the same for me when we realised that I was hitting you with the
Also, it is hard without the skill on sitting on there, realising there's suddenly another guy with guards sitting there. It's like, oh, bugger, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it's still 2 dice.
So I'd say that's a good sportsmanship thing and anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Much respect.
No matter how he looks at it, he's going to be battling a 2 dice uphill block.
Yeah, Chris has positioned his players perfectly.
Well, with the guard, absolutely.
Yep.
He'll have to do a dodge to get around the back to still be a 2 dice uphill.
No, you did it to me.
I'd say if I was Stephen, I'd be looking just to hold him.
Oh yeah.
All he's going to do is hold him for a turn.
If he can stop him from moving 1 square, he's got the game.
Yep, because Chris has to move 6 squares this turn.
You know what? We'll take the 1 dice, the 1 die block. We'll take the 1 die block. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Blitz.
Makes it harder for me to score.
And he's making Steve hard. He's making Steve stress.
But I don't know what that gutter run's trying to achieve. Oh, he's 1 dice there. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
You're picking up what you're putting down.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, so Steve's now playing zone defense on him.
Oh, now he's thinking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There we go.
He's done.
He's going to try and dodge away to get back on there.
Once again, using those gutter runners
Yeah.
as defense.
He's gonna dodge up. Yep. 2 up. With no rerolls. Yep. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, he's going to do the column. Here we go.
Yay.
Nailed it.
And 1 more go for it.
He's going to go for it again.
No.
Oh dear. That goes the
There goes
reroll. Oh,
I saw
I
that
saw
one
the
come
one coming through.
The whole kit and caboodle, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Okay,
They rolled over.
right. It's now Chris's chance. This is the drive.
Is Dunstan's.
This is what it comes down to. Hey.
Yeah.
Play. Got to get rid of that man in front of me.
Just the stretch.
Yeah, just got to get rid of that one guy there.
Go.
Is that a 1 dice?
Let's go.
I'm
Go.
going to have to get rid of this guy in front of me. This guy's the one. Hopefully I can get something. That's not good enough. If I don't get through here, I can't score.
You can get
It's not oval.
You gotta find the next setup, isn't it?
The next setups, I've just got to pray you fail something. We only want to go through that, and then I've got to try and block as much of that as we can.
So Chris is actually pointing out the strategy
Yeah,
that
we've
he's
got a
going to have to
few
employ.
We got a few open, yeah.
Yeah, that's really what he
That
can
one,
do.
It's that one rat, just one rat in the way of him actually pushing his way through.
Great move. And then I got another guy.
So Fluffy's on the ground, is he?
Yep.
Oh, Fluffy's down.
7 Lucky's ready, getting ready for bed, Steve.
This is the last match. This is the last match. This is the last match I have to do. Then I gotta watch this 4.5 hours match and then commentate.
And then it's got to edit it.
Yeah.
Yep. So the only play really is this guy.
Yep. Nice little block.
2 dice.
Oh,
On there.
would you
Let's
blitz
go.
or?
Let's
This is
go.
important.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
Ball hammer and
Push
it's fast.
for days.
Right, you got a second chance at the hit there.
Second chance to hit. Yes, go there. Second chance to hit.
they have to blitz it now.
Is he going to blitz that hit? Is he going to want to blitz that?
1, 2.
No one else is going to be blitzing.
Yep.
Survey says
Okay, so he'll do the blitz because he's got to knock him back and get around there.
alright.
And he certainly knocks him over.
Does he have dodge?
Just
No.
One. Follow up.
Yep.
7, 8 with Mighty Blow.
Yes.
Yes.
His game is over.
And see you later, stunned boy.
So that's 1. 2, 3, 6.
Okay, well, he's tagged up 2 of them.
Not over, eh?
3, 4.
5.
Oh, he's tagging 2. He's just got to watch out for that rat ogre getting up and blitzing.
6. Oh yeah, it's been a great game. 6. 6.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, you can push it. He's just got to cover that rear now.
You're up.
Okay, he's tagging someone with him. That's fine. But Krieg is actually blocking things up there.
In a big way.
Yeah,
Krieg's holding up 4 players.
and that's what I did with Krieg too. Once you're in the middle of it, you don't even need to move him anymore, unless Fluffy stands up.
He's got 1 reroll. Does he want to go for it?
And he does a possibility of a 2-up, and then to get 1 more player free. Chris can't figure out whether to stand the guy up or not.
Look at Chris. He's
Yeah,
safe at place.
but I don't know. I think Chris has done the right. You can do the right thing by just. Oh, is he going for it? Oh, he's going for it.
Do it.
Oh. Every dice roll's not your friend. Oh.
Now you get up in front of him. What have you got? 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
6.
Other direction. Yes.
Yes.
And then I go for it.
It's going to be tight. Okay.
Oh, you try to dodge away from Krieg now, wouldn't you? You'd have to.
Oh, it's pretty important.
And that's it. Put him there. Tagged in. Oh, he's tagged up everything he can. This is a really good strategy from Chris.
6. I don't get control 2 dice on this monster.
Oh no, Fluffy isn't lying down.
Vomit. If he gets Krieg down, that
Then it'll free up at least 2 of his players. No, he's just tagging him off.
not playing bad.
No, he's looking for it. There's a 1 dice block on Krieg if he needs it. On the assumption that Fluffy is bright enough to do it. And Fluffy says yes.
Yay.
1 dice. Come on, Fluffy, be the hero that we know you are. That's a push. That's good enough.
Freeze up.
That frees up 2 players.
Keeps him
Now
occupied.
the units are on the run. 5.
Yeah, he's going for it there to tie him up. And yeah, he did it. Is it worth going for another one? No.
Can still get away. Go on, have your turn.
Literally the gutter on it.
Turn 8,
Yeah.
Stephen. This is what it all comes down
That's
to.
it. 2 dodging gutter runners. The chance to get a 1 dice block.
So I got 2 re-rolls last turn of the game. What can I do?
Well, whatever you like with 2 rerolls.
He's trying to find a way through. Yeah. Right, Stephen's figured out which way he wants to get his gutter runners. He's just got to make that
Either
dodge.
way, it's going to be a 1 dice block.
Yeah, maybe 2 if he can dodge away that gentleman down there.
Yep.
That's alright. Lukey wants your turn.
Oh, beautiful singing voice, Stephen.
Does he want to stand up?
There you go.
He stands up.
I think Steve's...
Steve is under the pump right now. He's looking for a way in.
If he doesn't roll a 4+, he's not going to blitz, is he?
No, he's not.
No. So he might as
I
well.
was going to, but then you saw through the tail. Yes.
So he might as well roll a 4 and see if he stands up anyway.
So you end up like taking. He does.
Well, that's not going to make any difference to your tactic either, because he's already done it.
Yeah.
Looking for it.
Or you can leave him down, as I said.
Yeah. I'll leave him down for him.
He's leaving the rat ogre down on the ground for the moment.
Dodge out him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's a line rat dodging away, so that's a 3-up dodge.
3 up. But he'll do it. He's been doing
He's
it.
been doing it consistently.
Very, very much so.
Hit me with the gutter on the 1 dice.
Alright, let's do this. He's gonna dodge up.
He's going to dodge out. Here we go. Success.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
He is gonna dodge out
Oh, he's going to do it's a 3-up dodge here.
and blitz him.
And failed.
Reroll. Yes.
Ah, success.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 2 dice.
It's 2 dice. He got it.
Dodging with a line rat.
And
Powered
he powered him down.
2 down.
And this bounce is important.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't follow up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not gonna follow up.
Okay, let's see what happens. No break there,
No
so the Orc
break.
armor is still strong.
Oh,
1 moment.
I'm not controlling him, he's on the ground.
6, 6.
Bounces to 6.
Couldn't think of a
Kids
better
forward.
bounce.
Oh. He's going to try and get in and pick it up.
No. It's going to crowd tackle zones.
Crowd tackle zones.
Yeah. No, but I still got movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, you have got him.
Yeah, still got movement. So he's gonna stay there.
Correct.
Armor break's done. He's done. That's done. He's gonna dodge out and pick up the ball. Dodge out.
Okay, here we go.
Pick up.
Yep, fine.
1, 1, 1, 2, 3.
Picks the ball up,
Put the ball on a 2+ with 1 year old.
and then he's going to run into the distance.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, nicely done.
And just for chicken deals.
He's going to go for it as well.
And Christina. And that's my turn. Let's see if he stands up. Nope.
Okay.
Sit him down. And then he stands up.
Is there a chance Chris can actually get to it?
I'm a break. Nope.
Even if you can get
Even
there,
if he can get the throw a pass to the end zone.
it's possible.
Well, you've got nothing else to lose.
It's a
have
few
you?
dice rolls,
Yeah.
and it is the end of the season.
So he's got a blitz in.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well played.
Oh,
Congratulations,
done.
champion Stephen. Winner of the College Division
No.
Central Coast Blood Bowl League Grand Final.
Well done. The last block. That was it. Came down to the very last play.
Brilliant. Thank you. See you next time.